Hey everybody, welcome to Bearded Baker Banter and College Juice. We got a collaboration episode going on here. So welcome Trent, welcome Trey, welcome Kev, and welcome Steve.
Yes. The whole gang's here.
Let's do it.
Love it. Waiting for this
All right.
episode for a long time.
All right, so we have a lot of college basketball here to talk through. Down at the ticker there, in case any of you guys need reminders too, for the audience to see. We also have all of the college tournaments down there that you can see the dates and everything else listed orderly by date. So we're going to go through every single conference tournament here. We're going to pick our winners, have some discussions with stuff. And then at the end of the episode, we're going to draft a final four for each group. We'll have a Bearded Baker Banter group, and then we'll have a College Juice group as well. And then we'll do some things with social media so you guys can kind of follow along. So let's get it going. First tournament that we got going on here is our ASUN tournament, which did start on March 2nd. So we are actually already down to 4 teams. We got Jacksonville, North Alabama are going to be playing tonight, meaning March 6th. And we got Queens and Lipscomb also playing at 7 o'clock. So both games at 7 o'clock tonight. I already admitted you guys off air. My pick is already lost, so I had to change that for the episode. So just being transparent here. But
starting hot, Ty. Good job.
Yeah. Yep. So if you guys want to start with this, and then we can kind of branch off from there.
Yeah, man. So I put in a bet for North Alabama. Really enjoyed the way they played this season. I didn't want to take chalk and hop into Lipscomb. Florida Gulf Coast is not a bad pick. I will say that it wasn't a bad pick, but I just North Alabama. I was looking head-to-head matchups. This kind of helped me make my decision of who I was going to go with, and also my long shot was Queens, still alive, playing Lipscomb. So fingers crossed, plus 5,000 odds. Let's buy some drinks, right?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I love Queens too, just as a team to bet on. They've been a team I bet on a lot last year as well. Kind of strayed away from them a little bit just because it got a little tough. But and let's also be clear, Lipscomb is Trey's favorite team.
Yes.
So strictly on the name, but
Well,
Kev,
hold on a
who
second.
you got?
All right.
I got your back, Trey.
Hey, that calls for a Richard pop down.
I actually have the same picks as my boy Steve. I hopped on North Alabama as well. I actually think they are the better team in this conference. I know Lipscomb finished first, but I think North Alabama's been playing better all year. I know the record technically doesn't show it, but I like them from the get-go. Queens should have talked to me, man. Queens has knocked out Florida Gulf Coast last year, and they've won a couple times during the season. So Queens just presents a matchup to them. They're my dark horse as well, mainly because I knew they get matched up against Lipscomb, and they've already beat Lipscomb one time this year. So, and it was at Lipscomb. I know they're playing at a neutral site for the tourney, but they have that road win against them. So
yeah, I am on Lipscomb not because of what Tyler alluded to, but because I think they're the best team in that conference, and I know they are chalky. And I'm glad, Kev, that you brought up that they lost to Queens earlier in this year, and that now it's at a neutral site. And I don't think that's going to come too much into play, but it does kind of play into Lipscomb's favor for the most part, even though they lost at home to Queens. But Agnesovich, I don't know how to say the name, but the dude, he's a stud for Lipscomb, the forward. I think he averages like 20 and 10 almost. He shoots like over 40% from three. I just think he's like a player that it like lives up to the tournament hype. You know what I mean? Like a small, like I'm trying to think of a couple other guys that have like lived up to this like NCAA tournament, building up to it and just kind of make a name for themselves. And I feel like he's the type of guy that can do that. But I do like Queens. I think that's a good pick too. Tyler, Florida Gulf Coast. It was a reach, not successful, but I respect it. Yeah, but I'm going with the chalk and Lipscomb. So,
okay. Trump.
Yeah, I'm also chalky. I'm with Trey on this one. I'm looking at their, they got 4 guys starting, 4 guys playing the average double figures. I also look at a lot of, when I try to make my conference predictions, I'm looking at like the top 4 to 5 teams in each conference, and kind of like what you said, Steve, I look at head-to-head matchups to see how they did, and they did split with your pick, but I don't know. When it comes down to it, I just feel like Lipscomb's going to take it. Kind of the reason of having Jacob Ognovic. Ognevcevic, yeah, whatever. But Trey, you're right. He's averaging right at 20-8. But I'm also looking at the just defensive side of things too. I like to look for teams that are extremely strong defensively that could potentially slow a game down to control it. And they're ones that I believe rank giving up only about like 67 points a game. So I'm going chalk here with that.
All right, I'm riding with the college juice on this. I'm actually on North Alabama. I know I said I was for the Gulf Coast, but I did make the switch. Did a little bit of research with stuff. I mean, what did we say? You said neutral site, correct, Kev?
Yeah, it's a neutral site.
So neutral site, it is still in Alabama, which is nice. Because if you do look at what Northern Alabama looks like from a home standpoint, they're 14-1 on the year. So 3-game win streak right now. Technically, they're tied for first. So yeah, I'm going with the Lions from North Alabama. All right, moving right along here, going into Horizon League tournament. This had started on March 4th, so we're about a day in here. I do also have an update, I believe, on that bracket. Right now, we got Purdue, Fort Wayne versus Youngstown State. We got Wright State versus Robert Morris, Northern Kentucky at Cleveland State, and Oakland at Milwaukee. Those are the 8 teams left. I did not have to make a change on this one, I promise you. So I don't know. You guys want to reverse order here? Trey, you guys can start, and then we'll jump over.
Yeah, I'm on the Mastodons of Purdue Fort Wayne. Main reason being because they've done me well in the past. They are a t-shirt team for me, and if you're a t-shirt team for me, you've done me well. So I'm gonna ride them. I think they got not a hot hand, but I just think they're a solid squad all around. Like everyone knows their roles. Kind of play through each other. Whoever's got the hot hand, they feed. So I like the Mastodons from Purdue Fort Wayne. Okay. And they got a sick mascot, the Mastodons. So I keep saying it.
One more. No, I'm just kidding. This one was tough for me because it was tough not to go with the first place team. I primarily didn't do that because of playing against them in college, and I just can't stand Bobby Moe, Robert Morris. But when you look at, in this case, the head-to-head matchups for me did not favor who I picked. That was Milwaukee is who I'm taking in this one. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think I was just talking with Tyler and Trey about this. It's like Horizon League for the past like probably since we've been kind of doing our thing with Beard Baker, Banter. Like they're one of my favorite leagues to follow. But this year, I don't know. Like for a while there, I thought it was gonna be all over Cleveland State. I thought they were back, and then they just they can look so good, but also yet like just completely just crush you when you think like, oh, this is a given, they're going to take it. But yeah, I went Milwaukee here. I think this is one that's an extreme toss up.
Yeah,
like Purdue, Cleveland State, Milwaukee, Robert Morris, like any of those can do this. So I got Milwaukee.
I'm different than both of you guys. I'm Cleveland State on this one. Probably picking a little bit with my heart, like you said, Trent, Horizon League. 2 of my favorite teams to gamble on: Cleveland State for the last 2 years and Oakland. I mean, Oakland obviously doesn't have the magic, in some of the players that they have from last year.
Golke.
They still could though make some noise. A team that I had trouble picking against in this was Robert Morris, simply for the fact that I believe they're like top 3 right now in terms of teams to cover. All right, and I know cover doesn't make you win. But that is why, because I'm always looking at those stats and stuff. But yeah, Robert Morris is 3rd right now in teams to cover. But yeah, I'm going Cleveland State here. I think they just make some noise. But Trent, I will say that Milwaukee is a team that, I'll tell you what, I've had bad luck betting on teams against Milwaukee this year. Mm-hmm. So That's a team. I do think Milwaukee could probably get this done, but I think they're 5.5 right now against Oakland this next game as a favorite. So, what you guys got?
You can go ahead, Kev. I started
Okay.
last time.
Yeah. So I'm with Trent on this one. I actually had Milwaukee. They're the better rebounding team in this league. I think they're like top 25 offensive rebound in the country. So they know how to get on the boards. They've been solid all year. I think they have a favorable matchup in their first game against Oakland. And these being at campus sites, I think that's going to play a huge role too for this conference. And then I was tempted to go Robert Morris until I learned that in the Horizon League, I can't remember how many years, but I want to say it's only been 3. But for the last 3 years, the 1 seed has not won.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, Kevin,
I
that's so
stepped away
funny.
from that for that reason. And then Purdue Fort Wayne, to Trey's pick, like they're actually my dark horse. I really like them.
Yeah.
They've actually covered a bunch of games for me this year, so it's more of a heart pick for me. But so they're my dark horse. But I think Milwaukee gets it done.
Buy a T-shirt, Kev. I'm telling you, man. If they do you well, they make you enough money. Buy a T-shirt. It's worth it.
T-shirt teams.
Yeah.
All right, that was my mistake. I should have went first before Kev because I was looking at Milwaukee. Well, Milwaukee they have the third best offense in conference, third best defense in conference. I usually like those type of matchups. Also at home, straight up money line. They are 13-2 at home, and playing at home sites, I really like that. Unless they end up facing Bob Morris, I mean, I don't see who else is going to beat them if they end up having to play at Milwaukee. So that was my best path to get into the championship there. I didn't pick a dark horse because I probably would have picked like Detroit Mercy just because I'm a sucker for pain and I love the hospital. So I just stayed away and just said I'm gonna stick with Milwaukee on this one.
Yeah. Now, do you remember? I mean, Detroit Mercy last year. Remember how bad they were?
Yeah, man. They won their first conference game February 14th. I remember that. It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like the all-time? Didn't they have a guy that was like trying to be the all-time leading scorer like ever in D1 basketball?
And when they won the first game, they had a court storming of one person. It was really awesome to watch.
That's right. Yes, you're right. I remember that now. That was one of those viral things. Holy shit, I forgot about that. Yeah, you're right. That's awesome.
It was around the time too. They were like complaining about court storming, and it was just like one guy just ran on court.
That's awesome.
All right,
hey, I'll own up to that issue with court storming. That was around the Filipowski stuff. That was sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what though? I was mad at Kyle at first, but you talked to me right after a game I just lost, bro. I'm mother effing everybody, and everybody did everything wrong. So I think they just caught him at the right time for him to be like, yeah, it's dangerous. Like, it's just he was pissed. So
he flopped. I will give him that. He flopped and acted like he got hurt. It's like, dude, come on. Save that for the NBA.
Right.
Typical Duke player, right, Kev?
I mean, Grayson Allen.
You mean he's the dirtiest player in the NBA behind Chris Paul. But
hear a lot of haters. A lot of haters out there right now.
Listen, I can have a whole show about Grayson Allen and how much I hate him and how dirty of a player he is.
But I'll just say Hansborough flopped when he caught that elbow from Gerald Henderson. So there you go. So he beat that one.
Start bleeding?
Yeah, that's all right. I'm still saying he flopped. There you go.
Wrestling. Yeah. He didn't cut himself with a razor.
He was like, he looked like a
Check his wrist tape. Check his wrist tape, Steve.
He's got a blood capsule. He just busted it.
Yeah, he probably that's exactly. Rubs all over his face.
It was all fake.
I do the same.
Well, you rub it all over your face?
Okay, here we go.
Man.
There we go. This is crazy. Gotta say, huh?
You're like soft tossing, dude. It's like easy.
Yeah. That was bad.
All right. Well, it is what it is. All right. We'll let you guys start here with the Patriot League here. Also started March 4th. Updated Patriot League, Patriot schedule. We got 4 games left. You got Army against Colgate. You have Loyola Maryland versus Bucknell, Lafayette versus American, and Navy versus Boston University. So interesting.
Yeah, those are some good matchups.
Yeah, it's an interesting conference. I've been watching a lot because the American's been playing well. It's one of our local schools right down the street from us, down in DC. So that was my pick. I really enjoyed the way American played this year. Once again, with top 5 in offense, top 2 in defense, right behind Navy in conference. They have a player, Matt Rogers. I really enjoyed to watch play. But yeah, I mean, really impressed the way they're going and really the way that program is projecting now. Because before, it just wasn't. I mean, they made the tournament last time, like 2009. And
wow, how long ago?
That's all they hang their hat on right now. So I'd love to see them win this and get to the tournament.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Because it's a team around you, you guys cannot bet on them, right?
Oh.
No, well, if it's based in Virginia,
we can bet on American because they're in DC.
But if they're in DC, we can bet on them.
Okay, all right, okay.
And we have ways to bet on the Virginia schools.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way, man.
Exactly.
Great guys. FBI's listening now. Well, here we go.
Well, time out. There's some apps that get around it. All right, there's a Flip and Rebet. Fantastic apps.
You can drive to Maryland and bet, and then just have.
I'm not doing all that.
Taxes from the state of Maryland too, but
correct me. Like you guys can do player prop bets in college, correct?
No.
No. Okay.
Only on like Underdog or Price.
I gotta say, I know it's a controversial topic and it could be a longer discussion, but I don't think they should do college player prop bets. I think that's very easy to fix.
I don't think it's as controversial as you think it is, man. I'm along the lines of with the amount of teams that are starting to get investigated. Yeah. But I have a system about teams that are being investigated. Once they're announced, I don't care what the spread is. Is it 2? If it's 19 or whatever it is, they are covering, and there's a good chance they're going to win at least 3 of the next 5 games. So next season, if they announce anybody, like North Carolina A&T, bro, I was rolling when they got announced. As soon as they got announced, I was like, I don't even care who they're playing.
Terry Rozier, what the hell is up with Terry Rozier?
They are covering.
What's that? Terry Rozier, like what the hell's up with him? Like that was weird.
Yeah.
There's a couple NBA players that got investigated too. Like it was like a whole ring.
Oh, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother.
Yeah.
That was the one right there that kind of really
he admitted. One guy admitted to it.
Yeah. Well,
he got caught.
Like, these guys need to. I don't want to go on a tangent and take away too much, but like, remember, I worked for a sports book, man. I'm gonna tell you, we know everything from your address to the room you open the app in within the house.
Wow.
So if you're doing something illegal and you're doing you're betting where you're not supposed to, and you're like, oh no, that wasn't mean. It's like, hey man, like you logged in at your dorm. We can see that. So they need to either find some friends who live 2 states over and they're not really that close of friends.
But Steve, is that hard to do? Find your best friend you grew up with who lives in a different state and be like, hey man, like I'm not gonna get 5 rebounds tonight.
Just don't text it. And a lot of these guys are texting each other.
Telegram.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like write a letter, like, hey man, and
write a letter
on November 30th. I'm playing. Just avoid go under. Just go under.
But you have to cut the letters out of magazines and tape them on the letter.
Right.
But in all honesty, again, this is taken away from the college basketball, but like, don't you think you could find a way as a college basketball player to make a lot of money betting on prop bets? Like, I know you can say like location wise, but dude, you could say, hey man, like you could drive to this state tomorrow, place this bet. All you have to do is drive 2 hours and we can make a couple $1,000. Like, you know,
there's patterns. They start to notice that you're
this
like
excessive money is being
missing.
bet on this.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you're a 80% free throw shooter and it's come down to the end of the game and like your line is 19 and a half and you're sitting there at 17, you make the first one and you're just like off the backboard and it's like,
I don't
okay,
know, man. But
and
just make a reasonable miss.
Hmm.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Right off the
I mean,
side of the
I-
right rim.
put it this way, you can get away with it once,
Yes.
twice. Once it starts getting a pattern of you always hitting an under, then because that's the best way to control it is an under. An over, you
So
gotta
what
play.
if a dude takes 50
Right.
shots in a game? It's fucking,
I
you're
mean,
gonna get
yeah,
fucking over 15 points today, man.
right.
I mean,
All right, sorry to derail that conversation, guys.
No,
Yeah.
that's all right.
been
That's good
fixed
though.
forever. Like it's like this isn't anything new though. Like this has been happening for 60 years. Like
Mhm.
Oh,
it's just more prevalent now because we as degenerates have a way to gamble on it now too.
Yeah, legally.
But
legally. Yeah.
you know, to
was
Steve's
a
point,
vote.
Eastern Michigan was another one of those this year when they got
Oh, I love
announced.
them.
It was on them for like the
Easy-
next 3
easy
weeks.
money.
And they actually won this last week against Ohio. Had no business winning that game.
They're good. They're actually good. See, that's what the problem is. They're good.
Very
And they're just like, nah, man, we're not playing. Nope.
Yeah.
So that
All
too,
right.
Trey.
Yeah.
So if you're good, and then also you're just like trash
Yeah.
for like, yeah, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
wait a minute,
Yeah.
hold on.
A lot of people
Alright.
think Jamal Mashburn Jr. is on the take. So we'll see what
Uh-oh.
happens with that.
Uh-oh. See, that's
Be
what I mean.
interesting.
It's like
Where's
someone
he at
has
right now? My
Temple.
mind went blank. Oh well, Temple was getting investigated. That's another
I
team
know.
that was.
That's why they think that he might have been
'Cause
part of
he-
it. Well, because he was at New Mexico State and they were getting investigated
Yeah,
last
he's
year when he was
you know,
there.
it'd be like a pretty
So-
big fucking insult is you just start playing bad and people are like, "Hey, we're investigating you for sports betting." It's like, "No, dude, I just fucking suck right now." Like,
That's from Mississippi Valley State. That's all. That
yeah,
is.
yeah. No, but all right. Sorry. Anyway, we're on the Patriot League, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Patriot.
Steve
Okay.
won. Steve won American. Kev, who you got?
Yeah, I'm on American too. Actually, it kind of pains me to choose American because I feel like Colgate might still be a system play for this league in the tourney.
Mhm.
It's because they've won like how many straight years in a row, but I know they had a poor regular season or conference compared to what they usually do. But I actually am on American. I'm a little disappointed in the way they played at the end of the year, but I think they get it turned around, especially since it's a campus site for them too. They played well at home, so I think as long as they keep winning, they should be able to take this.
Yeah, but no one goes to those games, man. It's a high school gym.
Dude, it is funny to see some like these championship games where it's like there's like 5 people. I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah. Looks like a high school game.
yeah, if not, yeah, worse sometimes. But so
No.
I mean, just across the board, I know because I not to be a spoiler alert, but we're across the board. Overall, on Bucknell.
Yeah.
Yep.
If any of you guys want to give any input or anything, go ahead.
I got 2 things. 2 things. One, Flannery was the coach last time. I believe they won a tournament game, March 18th, 2005, Kansas, correct? 64-63. Remember watching in my parents' basement. Flannery now is an employee, a consultant of the school that we work at. So it's kind of cool little connection. He's from Palmyra growing up. So, but I'm on Bucknell. I'm on the I believe they go by Bison, not Bison. Sorry, but
It's always
That's
Bison.
stupid.
I stick with Bison. I can't
What?
not say it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys are Z guys?
Trey. We played against North Dakota State in college football. They beat us 56-3. I will call them whatever they want. They crushed us.
That's
So
stupid.
so yeah, I'm on Bucknell. I'm taking them. I think it's their year. Another fun fact: last tournament game American was in. I was in attendance watching them lose to UConn and Hashim to beat, I believe it was. So in Philadelphia.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my old boss for sports consultant was on that team, the American team that went to the
Really?
tournament
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That.
Ramon Penny.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
They started well.
Yeah. Street too.
Yeah.
Trey, anything else?
I mean, I agree with Matt Rogers, great player from American, but Noah Williamson and Josh Basco from Bucknell, I think they're very similar to him, and just having more than one option, I think is going to be beneficial to Bucknell. That's the only reason I picked it. But
Moving into the Sun Belt, right? Yeah, Sun Belt here. Also starting
Fun
March
Belt.
4th. Dude,
Mhm.
I'll tell you what. If you look at this bracket, though, that is a
Dude.
freaking nuts. Like,
Yeah,
Yo,
it's,
like
it's ridiculous.
you can blame the West Coast Conference for that style of bracket.
I love it.
Because that's how they set up Gonzaga always making the tournament. Because it's like, hey guys, you only
Yeah.
have to play 2 games.
everybody else, yeah.
Everybody else, you got to go through the mud and get through there, but you guys get 2 games
Dude,
because
it's
we
like
need you to
gauntlet.
make the tournament.
Like, what the hell?
I love
Yeah.
it.
I don't love it. Like, I hate it. To be honest
I
with
hate
you.
it too.
I don't know, but I don't know. Regardless, I'm going JMU. I know that's still kind of basic saying that, but sorry, lost my point here. I don't know. JMU, 20-11 overall. I think they're number 2 right now, ranked in that conference.
Yeah,
Or,
they
sorry, at least
they
in
did a
the
weird
tournament.
tiebreaker because it was a 4-way tie for first place in conference there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure that out earlier. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the hell happened?
They were 4. Yeah, that's right. There were 4 first place teams. That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going JMU. I just feel like they get tough around tournament time. So I'm up. Trey, was that a Richard Pop Top for whiskey there?
That was sure was Buffalo Trace, one of the good ones.
Oh, that's
there.
great
Yeah.
bourbon. Yeah,
Yep.
great.
Got it for cheap too, actually.
I'll drink anything from that distillery, man.
Oh.
Eagle Rare,
Yes.
any of that
Yeah.
stuff. Just give it to me,
Did-
man.
Did you guys see they had a big fire though at their distillery?
Yeah, it
They,
was like,
took
was
out,
it last
half
year or
production.
something like
No,
that?
just recently.
Just recently? Oh, geez.
Yeah, or I don't. Maybe it wasn't a fire. I think it might have been like no, it was a mudslide. I'm sorry, it was a mudslide,
Oh,
and
I
it
did
took
see
out
that.
like half the building, and like
It was,
part of
Time to
their
stock
whole.
up.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, right? It's like,
Prices
don't
are
get
gonna
those
go up
bottles
now,
that are
damn
stuck
it.
there in the mud.
Stock
Time
up is
to
right.
stock up. It's hard to get in Virginia, unfortunately.
Really?
Dude,
Yeah,
it's hard to
you
get,
got to literally fight somebody at the
Yeah, so it used to be like a $20 bottle, and I think that's why it got so popular. It's like, this is great bourbon, and why is it $20?
They have
Actually,
a cheaper one that's
I
kind
can
of
tell
like
you why.
rail. I know we're going off once again off the rails.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
doesn't matter.
I'm
That's
just
good.
going all
You're
over you
good.
guys. So it's called Benchmark 8. If you're looking for
Okay.
something that's like equivalent to drinking a Jack Daniels and you just want it for a mixer, you don't want to mix. Obviously, you don't want to mix Buffalo Trace with something else. Benchmark 8 is low key from the Buffalo Trace distillery. It's just bottom shelf.
Yeah.
But to me, I put it equivalent to Jack Daniels. And it's
So
really
when-
cheap.
Benchmark.
Do you know why Buffalo Trace was so cheap for so long?
I have no
It's
idea.
because that distillery made so much money off of Fireball.
Oh,
So
wow.
their like legit bourbon that they made was really good, but they were like, hey, let's just sell this for like $18. And then all of a sudden people caught on to it, and now it's gone up, like up and up, and it's gone popular, and limited bottles you can buy. And
Yeah, Steve, they don't even put it on the shelf.
Yeah.
In Hershey, like they actually, when the store gets a shipment in, I think it's like a Tuesday or
you can ask
Thursday,
about it.
and then you're limited to 2 bottles, but they don't put it on the shelf because people just come and so you have to be like, hey, do you guys have this in? And they'll be, yep, let me go in the back, and then they bring it out to you.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
how about
coming
that?
within like hours as soon as we get it. So good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck finding it.
Yeah.
All right,
Rare.
I'll
Angel
jump in
Send Me.
here.
Sorry.
I'll jump in. I'm on Troy. I'm on Troy. I'm not gonna lie with the Sun Belt. I mean, Troy was the one team that I feel like throughout the season that I paid attention to the most in terms of placing wagers on them on teams in this conference. So one stat that I'm really big. I'm always big on free throws because you never know at the end of the game if they're up and they need to cover. Got to make those like 1 or 2 easy ones at the end to make sure they get a cover if it's a close one. But then also I'm always on rebounds and offensive rebound wise on team rankings. They have them as 12.2 a game. So number 8 it has there, but yeah, so I'm on Troy for this one as my winner.
I mean, I'm going to echo whatever just Trent just said. So I've loved Troy since the start of the season. I actually think I picked them as my preseason Atlantic Sun, right? Atlantic Sun conference winner.
Sun Belt.
Nope.
Sun Belt.
Fun Belt. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I know they split 4 ways. I think they're one of the 4 teams, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And Trent, like you said, it's rebounding. Their starting 5, I think, averages about 5 rebounds a game. Their 5th or their 6th and 7th person also averages like close to 4 or 5 a game. And if you look at their points per game, everyone's right about at like 7 to 10. So they're a very like balanced team. I think that they don't rely on one person, and I think that's big for a smaller conference school. So yeah, and free throw percentage, like you said, Trent, is huge. So I also went with Troy. I bet on them a lot this year because I followed them and I think they're a good school. Blue Ribbon Yearbook. Kev, Steve, you heard of it yet or no?
No, not me.
Oh, gotta buy it. It's the Bible for college basketball. They come out with it before the season. It goes through every single school, returning transfer portal, returning starters, incoming freshmen that they recruited, how they did last year, predictions for the year before. It's the college basketball Bible. They were big on Troy.
Okay.
It's my
check that out for next
yeah,
year.
Yeah, that for next season. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Phil Steele with college football. Always get his write-ups before the season starts.
All right,
You guys got
I was on Troy as well at first, but I actually switched it up to Arkansas State, the Red Wolves.
Son of a
That sucks.
I just think they're the most athletic team in this conference. I think they can run people out of the gym. So yeah, I'm on them. My sneaky pick is Marshall, just because of how hot they are right now. But I think Arkansas State runs away with it.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm on the same team too, and my long shot. Shouldn't have told you when we talked about things a couple days ago about the Sun Belt. But yeah, man, Arkansas State's got one of the best offenses in the conference. I really like that, and also like top 3 in defense in the conference, and they've been playing well. So up the Red Wolves. And I'm also on Marshall too, but Marshall still has a tough road to go, as you see how it ladders into the playoffs and whatnot. So long shot for them. I think they're looking at things like 2,200 for that. So I have money on both, quarter unit on Marshall and half a unit on Arkansas State.
nice. Arkansas State. Did you say the Red Wolves? I like that.
Yep.
Big mascot guy. All right.
Is that what they are?
Yeah, the Red
Yeah, that's what Arkansas State is.
That's cool.
Commanders could have done that. They could have named that the Red Wolves, or something like that. You know,
Dude, there were so many cool names that they had.
commies, man.
I will say,
What happens when Dan Snyder's the owner?
yeah,
Yep.
we're big on like mascot names. If they're cool, we like you.
Oh, so
Like
boys, when we get to the NEC, I got a real cool team that's got a real cool mascot.
Oh,
I know
I
exactly what you're gonna say. I won't bring it up, but I know exactly what you're gonna say because I love it. Logo and everything. It's what I'm thinking of. All right, moving into the Big South here. Big South started last night, meaning March 5th. You guys want to get us going on here on Big South?
I mean, we all got yeah. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm talking about Kevin Steve.
Gotcha.
So this is a really one team everyone concentrates on. It's High Point that everyone looks at.
Mhm.
So I like to take some kind of value when I make my pick. High Point is the favorite. They are heads and shoulders above the rest of the teams, but Winthrop did steal a game from them, and I like Winthrop in this spot. It's like plus 350 for these guys, something like that.
Really?
Let me double check that while we're talking. But I'm sorry, plus 750 was wrong. So yeah,
Whoa.
High Point is minus 240, and the second lowest odds is Winthrop at plus 750.
Holy.
So if you guys are looking for a number 2 seed with ridiculous odds, Winthrop is a great spot to hop on. And I mean, what's the value in taking High Point? It's a tournament, and looking at the Big South, I mean, Winthrop is third. We could look at Radford, but there's only like one thing I know that comes from Radford, and I'm just going to avoid that completely. So I'm going for Winthrop in this one. So that's where I'm at.
All right.
Yeah.
So you do think they'll win too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like to be fair, I know we all.
I can't believe they're 750.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
2 seed. Like that.
Well, part of that is, like Steve said, High Point has been pretty dominant in this conference, but they also spend more money than anybody else in this conference. They're like the McNeese of this conference.
Yeah.
They spend way more money
that's a
than
good comparison.
everybody else.
Yeah, that's a great comparison.
So that's why they're such heavy favorites. They have players on their team that could play at like Georgia Tech or Clemson. So that's why. But my pick's actually UNC Asheville. I think they have the best scorer in the league in Jordan Marsh. They're a pretty good rebounding team, not the best in conference, but they're still up there. I'm kind of just banking on Jordan Marsh having kind of a Kemba run and just being dominant and carrying them through.
Yeah, I like that. That's Asheville's another team that's another T-shirt team for me from a couple years ago. When they had
who was the guy? Who was the guy they had?
I can't think of his name.
It was a long-haired white guy. I forget.
Oh my gosh! It could just drain from anywhere on the court. I can't think of his name either.
He looked like a goober.
He was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He really play.
Those are usually the best basketball players, man.
Yeah.
Here, who was
I'll look it up. You guys go ahead.
All right, so I didn't place my pick based on odds or anything. I just was going like straight who I think is going to win it, and it kind of, for me, when you look at it, I look at High Point, and it's good to know like why they're so head and shoulders above everybody. They're outspending. Makes sense. I even looked at just like a key even non-conference win that I think was a hell of a win was against UAB for them. So that was pretty early. So I was like, you know what? There's no way. I guess I shouldn't say there's no way, but if they lose, then it's one of those. It's like that's a steal of a bid that should have gone to High Point. You know what I mean? And I'm anxious to see kind of where High Point would fall on the seed line, because that's got a potential upset.
26-5 on the season, only lost 2 games in conference. They're an impressive team. So put it this way, if they match up and they line up somewhere against Michigan early, I'm taking High Point money line.
Yeah.
Ooh, not even the points.
Anybody against Michigan, really?
Yep.
They just too much.
Yeah, I'll give it to your listeners, man. Listen, Michigan is going to be upset early.
Yeah. But that's 2 in a row, right?
Before
Maryland last night or tonight, and
they've lost 3 in a row at home. Now, I mean, all the good teams,
okay.
but they lost to Michigan State, then got crushed by Illinois, and then they lost today to Maryland. But again, 3 solid teams, although Illinois is kind of iffy there, but they're up and down. But 3 tournament teams, I guess, is what I should say. They lost to 3 tournament teams. Yeah. So
I mean, I'm also going High Point because of what Kevin Trent said. Like, they just are more talented. But there are like, the bracketology that Joe Lenardi put out with the 13 to 14 seeds. Those guys, like the 13 over 4 seed, 13 over 4 seed is the new 12 over 5, 100%. Like, I would pick 2 13 seeds to win the matchups that he put out versus the 12 versus 5. I think is not. I almost think it's like a trap now, kind of deal. But
it's like expected.
I still think High Point. I do think Winthrop is a great pick. But yeah, I do think NIL and the money spent and the talent and High Point is the pick for the big South, right?
Yeah, Big South.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm also on High Point. I mean, you guys kind of hit the nail on the head with stuff. That's another t-shirt team for me. Betting on them a lot. I know they like to score a lot of points. I did find out UNC Asheville player that we were all thinking of was Drew Pember.
Yeah,
Drew Pember. Yep, that was the guy that we were thinking of. That was the 22-23 season, so 2 years ago.
I'm just wondering how many t-shirt teams you guys actually have right now. Like,
dude,
I feel like so far every conference has had one.
I have a whole. I kind of do. I have a whole section in my closet. Hell, I had they're now Utah Tech. I had when they were Dixie State.
Yeah, Dixie State.
I had a Dixie State Trailblazer shirt. So and then next year, I'm like, where the hell is Dixie State? Did they fold as a team? And I realized that they canceled culture. They were like, oh, they got changed.
I got a t-shirt team that I picked to win this year, Trent.
Shoot. All right. Let's move to NEC. Steve, you want to start us off with this? With you said you got mascot team.
I mean, first off, all right, you guys, everyone on here wants to get rich, right?
Yeah.
Listen. The number 2 team in conference, the Long Island effing Sharks, right? Coached by Rod Strickland. Yeah, if you're an NBA fan, you guys remember Rod Strickland. This guy is the head coach. He's also like president of marketing for the team. It's just crazy. A buddy of mine actually was like selling advertisements. Was like, yeah, man. Like I talked to Rod Strickland today, and I was like, the head coach of Long Island. He's like, yeah, I was talking to Long Island. I was like, he handles that too. I was like, yeah, I talked to him too.
Holy shit.
Their team. I mean, Malachi Davis, dog. Their defense is one of the best in the conference, man. And you talk about a t-shirt team. Long Island. First off, they're not even in Long Island. They're in Brooklyn, by the way. I do another show with one of the guys from Moneyline Go, and he's up in New York. He always yells at me about that. He was always like, "They're not even Long Island." I'm like, "Well, listen, man. When it comes down to it, my breakdown goes, hey, man, can your mascot beat a shark?" I'm like, "Nah, man. So give me the Sharks plus was it 375, whatever it was, chomp." That's it, man. It's
LIU.
The number 1 team, Central Connecticut. They've already beat them at their home. Yeah. These are going to be home. So if they happen to land where they have to go to Central Connecticut and play them, they've already been there. They've already won on their court. So give me Ross Strickland. Give me this. This is my favorite team. Besides the Texas Longhorns, I am a Long Island Shark through and through. So yeah, this is my squad.
I did not. That's not who I thought you were going to talk about.
You thought we were talking about what? Wagner? Dolphins?
No, Lemoyne. I thought you were talking about Lemoyne.
With Dolphins, right? Lemoyne stuff? Nah, bro. We go Sharks, man. Even though somebody was like correcting me, was like, actually, bottlenose dolphins can fight sharks. I'm like, well,
I was just saying, I feel like dolphins would beat sharks.
You show me a video of a dolphin fighting a white, like
wow,
white shark.
I got
biologist who's getting nerdy out here.
I'm not going to get nerdy because Tyler gets mad if I talk science. So
I saw your hand raised.
Come on, Trent. Your hands up.
It comes down to the anatomy. I'm just saying.
He's got to get his bifocals on.
Bro, last time I checked, man, I've never seen a dolphin movie. I see shark movies all day.
I know.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, I know.
Cool killed a shark. Samuel Jackson got ate by a shark.
Let's just say this. The reason you never see a dolphin beating up a shark, or however you want to put it, is because the sharks know to get the hell away when they're there. I'll just tell you that much. That's animal behavior 101, but that's all I'm going to say.
Dude, you know what it is? It's that fucking echolocation.
Yeah.
No.
Sonar, Tyler.
Dude, and the mitochondria makeup, right, Trent?
It's the powerhouse of the cell with sonar.
It's all right. Hi, haters.
Nerd it up.
Hey, go write a poem, Ty. Go write a poem or something.
Oh, whoa.
Whatever.
What's it? As a
Hey,
wait,
that sounds
whoa.
personal. That sounds personal. Kev, we can
Trent,
stay out of this.
that
okay?
was kind of messed up.
It's dogging me just as a teacher, man. Jeez.
All right, I'm going the not my typical favorite Blue Devils, the Central Connecticut. I'm rolling there.
Oh, the real Blue
Number one
Devils.
team. Not whoa, easy. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. Okay,
Oh.
sorry.
That doesn't affect Texas fans, man. We embrace the tone down, man. All right?
I'll screenshot that and send to your head coach. He'll cry a little bit at a press conference. But anyway,
Oh,
Damn.
oh man,
I
this is in
will.
person.
Once again, NEC's personal. Went to St. Francis, played football at St. Francis, but I couldn't pick my red flash to win it all. They had me sweating out 8.5 this past weekend. I couldn't believe they actually covered that against Chicago State. Just throwing a little side note, that was a sweaty one for me. And they ended up covering by a half the hook, but I'm just going with the best team here because one thing about this tournament is I was going to say is what you touched on is it's played at the home courts. And I just, even though, once again, you could probably say high school type gym, what NEC schools are good at doing is renting bleachers to be able to bring more people in. They're probably going to have their pep band there or something. So they're going to load it up as best they can because if it's on ESPN2 at 7 o'clock on a night where there's not really games, they got to look legit because I've seen St. Francis do it. I'm like, when the hell did they get those bleachers in there? Like, okay, like, so. I'm on Central Connecticut.
I love watching NEC games on ESPN Plus or whatever you want to
yeah.
watch it on because especially Long Island games, the feed cuts out and then it comes back and Long Island's up 7. So I'm all about it.
A little tip: if you're ever like the St. Francis game, there were so many people on the Score app saying like, "Can't believe this game's not anywhere on TV," and it wasn't. It wasn't on ESPN Plus or anything. You look up NEC front row, it's free, and you can watch every single NEC sporting event that you need. Football, basketball, lacrosse, whatever. So NEC front row, in case your feed does go out. So
I'll keep that in the back of my mind, man.
Yeah.
Get that shark, tune into those sharks. I'm also in CCSU. I mean, 13-game win streak right now. They're tough to beat, but I don't have a whole lot to say. They're tough as hell. They're also one of the top covering teams too. So, in case you're looking to put some underdog money on them in the tournament if they make it. But Trey, you're CCSU, correct?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Kev, who you got?
So I want to do CCSU, but I can't pick a Blue Devil. So
I respect that. I respect that.
Kev is the only one on here that wants to get rich with me. Tell me you got Long Island.
I got Long Island because no one else.
That's what I'm talking about.
Has a chance against CCSU. So I got Long Island.
I said, man, whenever you hear me on the podcast, start with you guys want to get rich tonight. It's because I'm talking about
I remember that. I remember that last year. There was teams I remember texting you after, like you were on. We're like, "Yo, Steve, remember you said that?" You're like, "Hell yeah, I did." Like, all right. There was like 3 or 4 different times, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And they were like 4 or 5 seeds. I was like, "All right, respect that, man." All right, moving to where we got here, Ohio Valley.
My favorite.
Started the 5th as well. Anybody can start. It's up to you guys.
I'll start. I like SIUE, the Cougars. I've liked them actually since the start of the year from the Blue Ribbon yearbook, and I think they got a duo of Taylors that are amazing. Both guards, as Jay Williams from Duke Trent, big guy, has said that guards win you the tournament, whether it's conference or NCAA tournament. And Rayshawn Taylor is 19-4-4, shooting 35%, and then they got Brian Taylor 12-4-3, shooting almost 50% from 3. So they have a forward ring, Malith, shooting, he's 12-8. So I just love the Cougars. I think they're actually a team that could steal a first round win, whatever they do. So that's what I'm going with.
Well, just because I'm on the same team as Trey. Another one for me that was just a tough conference to pick. I actually feel like I haven't followed the Ohio Valley, correct? Is that
Yep.
where we're at
Yeah.
right now? Yeah, I haven't really followed this conference hardly at all. The one thing that when it was coming down to like making my decision between two teams, the one thing that kept worrying me about SIU Edwardsville is the fact that they did drop a game to Green Bay early in the year.
That's
So like that was once again, I'm always looking at their head-to-head games. I look to see do they play out of conference teams that are pretty good? You know, maybe it's their money game. Like they didn't really hang with. I think they played Indiana and Illinois early. They got crushed. So I was like, Sometimes you see a team like I stated earlier with High Point who knocks some of those off or at least hangs. But that Green Bay loss had me a little nervous but with the Taylors and Malith, I do believe those were guys that I have noted down here as I think they could get them. I think they could get this one, their conference for them.
I'll let you guys go. Go ahead.
I'm on the same team, so not a lot for me. My main thing with them is SEMO's beat them twice, so I think it's really hard to beat a team 3 times. So that's kind of why I chose SIUE. I think they'll get matched up in the championship, and like I said, I think 3 times is tough to do in one season.
So with this conference particular, it comes down to 4 teams, right? There's SEMO, there's SIUE, there's Little Rock, and there's Tennessee State. Tennessee State's got the longer road. I think actually the same as Little Rock. I don't trust Little Rock from what I've seen from them. I do like SEMO to win this, but I don't like taking 1 seeds.
You like to get rich, that's why.
Something about that. Something about
Yeah.
that crazy plus money. But for pick's sake, I will go SEMO. SEMO's got 2 games to play. Essentially, they have to wait for the winner of the Little Rock and potentially what is this? Let me pull this back up. Was it Tennessee Tech and
UT Martin.
UT Martin. So that's kind of how I'd approach for this one. I actually haven't bet this one. I'm not really interested in it too much because I mean SEMO or SIUE, like that's honestly what you should be looking at for this conference. Little Rock, no, maybe Tennessee State. But yeah, I'm on SEMO on this spot.
So I am on Tennessee State for this one. I know it's a little bit of a long shot, just kind of looking at data and statistics and stuff. I don't know. There are certain conferences, where I'll try to, just even on a whim with certain teams where it's like, hey, let's see what they can do. I think a couple years ago, I think it might have been Louisiana. I think they were like a 5 or 6 seed, and they ended up winning the tournament on a whim or something. I mean, looking at them, a little bit tough just because Tennessee State has only won 3 of their games when they were dogs. So if they do come into a game as a dog, it's kind of a tough statistic to overcome a little bit. I mean, if you're looking from a betting standpoint, they're 19-9. 19 of their games they've hit the over total points in the game, and nine of them have went under. But I mean, I know Steve, you mentioned Little Rock too. They did beat Little Rock, and they were at that point they were plus 246 underdogs at that point. So that was one of the 3.
Yeah, Little Rock has issues with scoring. They'll go on droughts, and that's kind of what scared me off of them was just they have a good defense in conference, but they have issues scoring. And it's
correct, but I feel like you picked SEMO quite a bit throughout the year, just some senior picks and stuff. So there's been a couple times where I have tailed it. I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
I like SEMO. I've praised them and cussed them out too, man. Plenty of times, man.
Yeah, they were under no bet list for a while.
Yeah, I was pissed about them. Man.
Isn't it funny how we all have no bet lists at some point in time? In all
Oh, yeah.
and
100%.
everybody does it, but nobody ever really like talks about it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, screw this team, done betting on them. Happens a lot to me in baseball for sure.
Well,
But
see, my problem is I'll put some team, specifically West Virginia, on a no bet list for football, and then
They start going off.
and then something
Yeah.
just grabs me and pulls me back, man. I just can't escape the Mountaineers. But yeah,
Well, they got
All right,
Rich
so-
back now, so
oh bro,
So-
hey, they're gonna win the Big 12.
Kev, you said SIUE, and then Steve, you said SEMO, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, because I'm just keeping track, and then I'll put a graphic out so that way we have to check all our picks. All right, got Summit. Oh man, yeah, Summit just started.
Oh,
Yep,
this
Summit started the
is,
fifth as well.
This is fun. I love the Summit League.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
the Summit League.
I can start if you need me to. I'll go because I know for this one, I believe we got some. At least on our side, I'm pretty sure we're all different here with me, Tyler, and Trey here. But I'm going South Dakota State with the Jackrabbits. Oscar Clough, I believe it is, from Sunshine Coast, Australia, 6'11", center, averaging a double. So I believe they're. There you go. Yeah, they you can always you're good when you say something Australian, but when he doesn't, he's not a good accent guy. But
But Tyler's the worst accent.
All I know
It's
is
bad.
Foster's, man. That's it.
Yeah, if you can say anything but Foster's, you're good.
he
But
can't.
Tyler can't.
Kangaroos and wallabies.
Yeah, see, that's the same category. But I got the Jackrabbits pulling. I believe they're the third seed last I looked. But I look at once again with the head-to-heads with some of the top teams. I believe is it Omaha's at top, St. Thomas second, and then it's the Jackrabbits. They've split with both of them, and I believe they dropped like 108 against St. Thomas, and at one point, I think they dropped about 98 in their win over Omaha. And yeah, I'm on the Jackrabbits, fellas.
Whew. I'll go real quick. I'm on St. Thomas. Sorry. St. Thomas Tommies. There's another mascot for you. I don't know. Just a vibe. It's a vibe for me. I think team I was also looking at too in this conference was Omaha. I believe they split with Omaha this season. So, right now I believe overall Tommies are 22-9. They are undefeated at home. That doesn't really mean too much necessarily going into tournament play, but
Yeah, I think they're playing at a neutral site for this tournament.
yeah,
they are. Yeah.
unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going St. Thomas with this one.
So I am going with the North Dakota State Bison with an S. Their away record in the conference is better than 2 games over anyone next to them, 3 games next best to the Omaha Mavericks. So I also think Jackson Money averaging 21-6-4 and Jakari White averaging 17-4-2 is a huge thing. Like the 2 of those players averaging those numbers, you're going to win your tournament. Combined, the whole team is averaging over 40% from 3. So those are the reasons I'm going with North Dakota State, who is 4th in that division right now, but still, I like them.
Good pick.
Not because of what
I like
Tyler
that
said.
I'm on the Tommies as well.
Thank you. Oh,
I think they outscore
shit.
anybody. So they worry me a little bit on their defensive side of the ball, but a team that can shoot from anywhere and score from anywhere. That's what I like. That's the type of style I like to see. So I got St. Thomas.
Yeah, man. I'm with you, Tyler and Kev. I'm taking the Tommies. Essentially, what my handicap with this one is the Tommies are sitting there coming to this tournament. This is their March Madness. Because if they win this tournament, they will not play in the tournament because the whole moving up a new level, you have to sit out. So this is it for them. And if they happen to win it, Omaha gets the spot.
Mhm.
So it's kind of why I look at it. Like these guys, this is it. This is the last couple games they're going to be playing for the season. Might as well go all out. You're not getting it into the tournament because of stupid rule. And yeah, so give me the Tommies. I love them. St. Paul's a great place. I suggest everybody go visit Minnesota. Go hang out, get cold, play some ice hockey.
Who was it? Was Northeast Conference a couple years ago that team won the Northeast. And couldn't make it. I don't think they're still in the Northeast though.
Was it Merrimack? Was it when Merrimack was still in the Northeast?
It might have been Merrimack.
So it might have been.
Yeah,
That sounds right.
Queens is actually
yeah,
another one of those teams. I mean, we talked about their conference earlier, but if Queens somehow wins the A-Sun, they can't go to the tournament.
Yeah,
either.
I think Queens did
Because
Queens
of the
win
same
last year?
Yeah.
Queens won last year. Yeah, so they didn't even make the tournament because the rule that for some reason the NCAA. I can understand that rule if you move down a level. They're like, hey man, like you're bringing better athletes to our division. But if you're moving up a level, I don't see the benefit of keeping guys out. I'm not going to get on another soapbox rant here because I was about to lead into why some conferences don't let every team into their playoffs, and it just pisses me off when I see that. Like Big Ten, they're like, oh no, we're only taking the top 15 teams or whatever they're taking, and I'm like, well,
hell, even look at the Ivy League. Ivy League takes 4.
Right. You only play on Friday and Saturday, so thanks.
Right.
Like,
what the hell? Yeah,
that is. Yeah, that doesn't make. I mean, is the ACC doing that too? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, ACC's doing it now. I guess because we have these huge conferences.
You got super conferences now.
Who knew being greedy would do this? But that's a whole nother subject.
How many?
I'm gonna walk away from that one.
How many trash cans do you think Omaha's locker room's going to go through if they win it? Yeah. You guys been watching
one
that?
of their administrators. I saw the video. She hopped out with the title, which was cool, man. I mean, I like that, man. I mean, when he started doing that, that's outside looking in. Some people, I saw some comments. People were making fun of it or whatever it is. Like, listen, man, those guys are when you play on a team, those are your boys. That's your family. And 100%. If that's your thing, man, do it. Like you don't have to. It doesn't have to make sense to me. I'm not on the team, so if that's what brings you guys together, hey man, I'm all about it.
Hell yeah, I love it. It cracks me up. It's gonna actually. I think those are things that draw people to following those teams. Like,
right, exactly.
Like I know of Omaha, like mainly because of that. Those couple. Things they've done with those wrestlers and I watched the admin video too. So
man, that's cool, man. It's unique. We need more personality. Personality is great 100%. For sports.
Definitely.
So, up to you guys. Do you guys want to kind of just go rapid fire picks for the next couple, and then we'll get the ACC tournament, and we'll get some bigger conference tournaments here?
Yeah,
that's cool. Me.
All right. So next we got the MBC. Let's Kev. You want to start us off with that one?
My favorite conference. I'm going chalk here, though. Drake's been great all year.
Yeah.
So Drake is my pick. Sorry, I know we wanted to go rapid fire, but now I'm going to get on soapbox.
No, and that's the thing I'm going to say. Yeah, for sure.
Like, the way the tournament's panning out, like these bubble teams, it's going to kill me if Drake loses this. And then because the Missouri Valley's not good, according to the committee, like Drake gets left out. Drake should be in no matter what. It's going to drive me crazy if somehow they get left out. But they're my pick. They've been the best in that conference all year.
Spoken like a fan of a bubble team.
Yes. No. Not even. No.
Not to get into that. Like, I honestly, as a North Carolina fan, obviously I want to see him in. But I don't think they deserve to be in. I would much rather see if Belmont wins the NBC. If Drake wants to take North Carolina's spot, that's fine with me. Because I think Drake deserves it over North Carolina. But as a fan, I would love to see North Carolina. I just don't think their resume. They haven't really beaten anybody. If you really think about it, they've had a ton of close games.
They need to be. They need to be Duke on Saturday.
Yep.
So to kind of like, I know he said we're rapid firing. I have this or that, and I'm glad Kev said that, because if UNC and Drake was kind of one of the things, if Drake gets a bid stolen from him, like, they still need to be in the tournament. And that's what I hate about the NCAA tournament, is that they don't consider the second best team in these mid majors that are very, very good if they don't win their conference tourney, right? Like Texas, Arkansas, Cincinnati. I would rather have mid major very good teams in front of them. But anyway, Drake wins.
I feel the same way. So it's not personal. I'm not mad that Trey said that. I mean, I feel the same way. Listen, Rodney Terry's probably a really nice guy, right? He looks like a cool guy with those little round glasses he wears. But that game last night drove me insane, because I was like, man, I hope they lose this game so we can fire Rodney Terry and just move on from this. And they end up winning the game, but still, we shouldn't be in the conversation, because I get notifications from ESPN like Texas is on the bubble. I'm like, what? They're below 500 in conference.
Steve, you just brought it up. They've won like 4 in conference games.
Whoa, six, buddy.
Six. Okay. Well,
that's like Oklahoma. That's just won their
Oklahoma's
fifth
only
game.
won 4.
Like,
They're on the bubble.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's crazy.
But it's like, why are we even having this conversation? They're below 500 in conference.
Yes.
They're like 19 wins, and we're sitting here going, oh, they might make the tournament. And it's like, is money that important to these guys that they're just gonna like shove everything else like in the gutter because they just have to have this brand name? You know what? It doesn't matter to Marsha in the office when she's making her whole bracket for the office pool. She's picking off of the mascot or whatever it is, and then
colors.
And then exactly. And the guys who like college basketball, guess what? You enjoy basketball. So you're not going to be mad because it's not a brand name that's in the tournament. You're going to be happy that you might see an upset. You're happy that you might see something that doesn't happen all the time. I don't want to see Texas get their ass kicked against a team like, for example, Drake. Drake gets in. We play against a Drake and we get our ass kicked. They're like, well, Texas was overrated. I'm like, no, we shouldn't have been there. This is your fault that we're there.
Yeah.
They need to be in the NIT. That's fine with me. They're in the NIT, but no.
Well, what's the new thing? The crown? Or what's that called?
Yeah. The crown?
Yeah.
Put them in the crown. Cool. Fantastic. It's a new tournament. Yeah.
Oh.
They get a payout at the end. Cool, man.
Fun. All
whatever. Right. But don't waste our time and put these teams into the tournament when UC San Diego's only lost 2 games on the season. And because they play in a smaller mid-major conference, you're just going to say, oh, we're going to put Texas or Arkansas in because in the 80s they were good, or in the 90s they were good, or Kevin Durant played for them. We're going to put them in. Like, that's not a legit argument to me.
Yep.
And I'm off my soapbox. There
All right. So, Tyler, I know you said you wanted to go rapid fire, but no, I'm just kidding. Bradley. That's it.
I'm gonna go.
I'm Drake.
Go ahead,
Steve.
I'm gonna go Northern Iowa on this one. I've battled against some of my buddies on Northern Iowa going against them, so I'm gonna ride with them. They have I like their program. They have a strong basketball program, man. Don't count out those Midwest boys.
All right, we got WCC. I think Steve, based on your one tweet, I know you got some things to say about this, but I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm going Zags. I know that's super chalky, but I just feel like that's kind of one of those, hey, they've always been in, so we're gonna put them in. I don't know, but I think Zags do it.
Give me the Gales. Give me St. Mary's. Let them do the tough thing of beating a team 3 times this year, and because I'm pretty sure they've swept Gonzaga, right? Because
they did,
So I am all over. Let's go St. Mary's. Take it from the Zags.
I think the reason I'm on the Zags is because of that reason. Is the 2 out of 3 times.
Oh, that's cute.
I think they'll win this tournament, and then the actual tournament, the Gales will reign true.
I'm on the Zags as well. It's their conference until St. Mary's can prove it to me.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm on the Gales, man. Best team in the conference, best athletes. My long shot, don't count out the Dons. Listen, if the Dons get hot from the 3-point line, plus 2,700. You guys want to get rich? Sprinkle a little bit on the
Wow.
on the Dons. Plus 2,700.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
It's
I have tailed you on some of your San Francisco picks because I think Trent, you pointed out even on one podcast episode. He's like, I'm pretty sure Steve really likes San Francisco.
I love San Francisco.
Yeah.
Well, so my thing is like we won't have enough time to go over them just based off the conferences and how much everything. But I have like this or that bets or this or that choices, and I feel like San Francisco is a perfect like team to put in that conversation. But anyway, let's go through our picks. So continue.
I'm not sure what
I
you're
think we're-
talking about.
Like
This or
bubble
that.
teams. Like I'd rather have UC Irvine or UC San Diego instead of Villanova, right?
Yeah.
Villanova's not getting in
Villanova-
Oh,
They're not getting in.
Villanova stamped their ticket
Yeah,
to get the
they're
hell
done.
out
Okay.
last
Well,
night
well,
against
okay.
Georgetown. I
Texas.
was
Yeah.
loving that.
Do you guys want me to go through?
No, we're going
Okay.
picks. We're going picks.
Exactly.
All right. Tyler,
All right,
next
next-
conference, correct?
Next, we got the CAA. Starts tomorrow night, meaning Friday.
I've been all over this team. They're sneaky good because, and the reason I say sneaky, I don't know if you guys realize this, but like, I don't know, maybe you guys in your area you get their games, but I never do. UNC Wilmington, I can't get them on ESPN Plus. I can't. Hell, DraftKings doesn't even give you their stat breakdown. They must be super secretive, or maybe they know the sports books are investigating. Who the hell knows? But I got UNC
Dude,
Wilmington.
don't ask about them, dude.
I'm on Wilmington as well, mostly because of Trent and stuff you've talked about all season long. So you convinced me. I'm on Wilmington.
Steve.
So this is Towson's conference right now, right? They're 16-2 in conference. UNC Wilmington is a great pick. I like to buck the trend a little bit. I really want to go with Bill and Mary or William and Mary. It's a Virginia school. This is a neutral site game, so that's what kind of is my hesitation on this one. So just for argument's sake, though, I'm gonna go with Charleston. Charleston rolls. I like the way they play. Top 3 offense in conference, and not the best defense, but better than Bill and Mary.
I'm on Charleston too. I think they got the best player in conference. Brozovic, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Yep.
I'm also on Charleston, and his name is Brozvik.
However you
Brozvik.
There you go.
Ante Brozvik.
Yeah.
With the accent. With the accent.
You ready?
Little
Ante
French fella.
Brozvik. That's the guy. So that's why I'm going with Charleston.
Hey, you stay on long enough, Trey does a lot of good names.
It's all right. On our
They're
MLB
also-
show, man, I have a counter for how many times Steve
He
mispronounces
mispronounced
it.
it.
Yeah. So don't worry. Yeah.
Dude, it's tough. There's what was it, Trent? How about, well, this is completely different, but when we were doing our halftime bets and stuff, man, I don't know if you guys caught that, but we were doing like all our prop bets and stuff, and I was talking about SZA, and I'm not gonna lie, I had SZA, and I had no clue who it was, and just for being like trying to play it safe, I just spelled it, and I was like SZA.
I called him out on it. I'm like, you don't know how to pronounce her name, do you? He goes, no, I'm not really sure. I don't even think I knew it was a her.
I do.
Look at SZA
I
salad.
do research. I had this whole thing like, oh, dude, make sure you look this up. And then we're like talking about it. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to look this up. And I was like, SZA? He's like, SZA? And I'm like, yeah, that's his name. And he goes, you mean her name? I'm like, yep, that's what I said. Oh man, I felt so dumb because I mean I know who Kendrick is, but it was like nope, no clue. And I was like, I'll just play it safe by just spelling it. But yeah, that was sorry, the whole complete aside with names. But
Hey, man,
all right,
we're once you hit over 35, it doesn't matter, man.
Yeah.
it's been a long week. Oh man! All right, so we got the Southern Tournament also starting Friday night. I got Chattanooga in this one, way down yonder.
I'm with you, Ty. Chattanooga.
I got Greensboro.
Like that.
I'm going Furman.
Mhm.
I like the way they've played down the stretch here, and if they stay hot, I think they may make some noise in the tournament. So
Yeah,
give me the Furman. Give me Furman.
Furman's an interesting choice because they've actually been playing at technically a neutral site all
Who
year.
who else picked Furman?
Steve.
Yeah.
Steve.
Kev, you said they've been playing neutral site all year.
Yeah, because they're renovating their arena, so it's going to be ready for next year. So they've been playing in a 20,000 seat stadium all year.
And guess how well they've been playing too.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Fucking phenomenal.
Not that anybody's been at those games.
Steve. Not only are they the Paladins, but they are kayakers, radar, taco cat,
Paladins. Sorry.
palindrones, man. They're the paladins, but they're the palindrones too. So I'm with you on Furman, man. They're like the fifth. They're like the fifth place team in the Southern Conference, right? Am I right?
Yep.
I'll be honest with you. I think they're not playing up to where they could be. And now that
Exactly,
Kev,
Tyler. They're
Trey, the fact that they're hold on, Kev. The fact that you mentioned that they haven't been playing at home all year, it's kind of telling to that because there was a lot of games early on. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? You know, because I expected them to be better than what they actually were. So
Yeah,
that's interesting. So I wonder if that actually played.
Yeah, I mean they weren't getting any fans because it's off campus.
Yeah, man.
And
Right.
Plus
so they were
750, Trey. Plus 750 to win the tournament.
All right.
Steve.
Me and Trey want to get rich. Wow.
That's a dark horse right there.
Oh, Furman. I like it. I might sprinkle on that if it's 750. Shit. All right. We got the America East tournament, which starts on Saturday. I'm going with the Catamounts of Vermont. Richard Potter.
Me too. 9-game win streak, I believe, currently right now. Right, 13-3 in conference. I'm on Vermont. For some reason, is it fair to say that like, they're the experienced team in this situation? I know Bryant had that.
Very fair.
Bryant had that little run there. How many years ago was that? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Guy,
No, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm wrong about Bryant. I'm thinking about the guy that transferred from St. Peter's to Bryant to finish his career. That little shooter guy that when St. Peter's knocked off Kentucky, but he did not do well at Bryant. But I'm just gonna ride with Vermont. Beautiful state.
Well, I'm not riding with Vermont. I'm riding with Bryant, the Bulldogs. Overall, I just think they're a better squad. Don't have much opinion on it, so that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I'm picking Bryant as well. The campus sites, they've been playing well at home. I know it's Vermont's conference, but I think Bryant gets them this year.
So this has been a down year for Vermont, but they have figured it out in the second half of the conference play. So I'm with you, Trent, man. I'm rolling with the Vermont Catamounts, whatever the hell that is. And
nobody knows.
It's
Nobody
like a
knows.
cougar. It's a cougar.
Something about maple syrup. I don't know, man. But
Green Mountain Coffee. So.
Yeah. I was stuck between Vermont or the Cocaine Bears of Maine, and I just it was Maine finished the season for me right. I made a nice little hit from them, but yeah, give me Vermont because I think Vermont's gonna. They have a good shooter, TJ Hurley. Yeah, give me the Catamounts.
All right.
I like
We got Big Sky Tournament, which is also on Saturday, correct? Yeah, Saturday. Across the board, but we're all on Montana. I don't know if you guys have any input or anything. But
I think me and Kev probably got the same one. So Kev, go ahead and you can go ahead and go because I have a feeling
I'm on
we're
Northern
both-
Colorado.
Nah, it's so stupid. Sorry.
They've been a moneymaker for me, so I'm on Northern Colorado.
Yeah, man. I was a Northern Colorado naysayer, and they let us naysayer know. Kev, yeah, you know what I mean.
Little bit of lag.
Kev got me to buy in, man, and I like this team. Best offense in the conference, top 5 in defense in conference. So yeah, I'm with Northern Colorado.
They're sitting
Oh,
tops.
man.
Well, they're tied for tops right now too, at 15-3 in the conference.
Yep.
Yeah,
20,
but
23-8 overall on a 4-game win streak too.
These
So
are on
much
neutral
fun.
sites. Now, if these were like on site, I probably would like Montana a little bit more because I like the way they play at home. But
yeah, they got
yeah,
Montana's got 4 players that average 10 points a game, and Kai Johnson, Pridgeon, Moore, and Williams. Williams and Moore are obviously more contributing factors to the Grizz, and I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Grizz. I think they're going to make a run. I think someone averaging 14, 4, and 3 is significant, and yeah, I'm big on the Grizz, so that's why I'm going with them.
All right, moving to the Southland Conference. And I just realized, remember I told you guys I picked like a 5 seed the one year. It was in the Southland Conference, and it was CeeLo. It was the team that I picked.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't Louisiana Lafayette, but I picked CeeLo a couple years ago, and they were the team that won it. But not picking CeeLo this time. Real quick, I'm going with the team that's, I don't know. It's almost like if you can't beat them, join them kind of thing. A team that I bet against a lot this year and always seem to figure it out. And I'm going Nicholls State with this one. I think right now they're sitting at 3rd in the conference at 19-12. But I mean, after you get beyond McNeese, I know Kev, you mentioned about McNeese being the team that spends the money. It's they're sitting there 25-6. Next best record 19-12. So it's kind of like, hey, pick your poison after that. But I don't know. I think Nicholls State can surprise some people. We'll see what happens. But
yeah,
I know they got a kind of a long shot, but we'll see.
Yeah, Nicholls is actually my dark horse because they actually beat McNeese in the season. So I think they know
one loss.
To do it again. Yeah, their one loss in conference is to Nicholls. I think they know what it takes to do it. But I'm on McNeese as far as winning the conference. But I think Nicholls is a good play.
Cool. You said McNeese?
Yeah, McNeese is my pick.
Yeah, I mean, you got Richards 10 points, Sam Shamate 10 points, Parker 12, Garcia 12, and Breed 18, and that's their starting 5 averaging over 10 points a game. So like for McNeese,
and they get to play at home.
Funny, Trent. What's so funny, Trent? What do you got?
It's just your name pronunciation.
It's the name. It's the name stuff for me. But I'm. This was tough because I'm not gonna lie. As of late, probably for like the past I'd say 3 or 4 weeks, I've been keeping an eye on every single Lamar game because for a while there you could get like decent value on their money line, and they were doing it for me. But I mean, I think they got me. I think they got me recently against what is it, Incarnate Word or whatever. I think they caught them, and I kind of fell off the bandwagon a little bit. But I can't pick against McNeese to win this one. They're too good.
This is tough, man. Because I don't want to go chalk. I don't want to go McNeese. because it just feels too
Wrong.
easy.
A little dirty.
And I kind of want them to get knocked out early so Texas can look at Will Wade and be like, Will Wade is somebody we should consider to bring over to
There you
Texas.
go.
So I'm gonna go Lamar. I cashed on their last game. Trent, I felt that pain against Incarnate Word, but shout out San Antonio. But it's I'm gonna go Lamar. Why not? We go number 2 team in the conference.
All right. So we got Nichols, Lamar, and 3 McNeese. Like it. All right. Dipping into some big dogs here. We start off with the best conference in college basketball, the ACC tournament.
Oh,
Didn't expect
ACC
that.
greater than.
That's right. let them hate. Let them hate.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We made shirts that say ACC greater than.
I have no.
And you also have to understand that Trent is the unofficial spokesman of the ACC conference. But
yeah, I've been busy this year. A lot of defending. But as I'll state, I will say I believe the ACC is going to have at least two teams this year in the Elite Eight.
So, and real quick before we even get into picks too, like let's be honest with you, the ACC has no respect from anybody. They may not even get 4 teams in. I think the 4th team right now is sitting there as SMU, who almost blew it the other night.
They're frauds. Don't even
you guys.
They're frauds.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. But what I'm saying is that
SMU.
You're going to sit there and put 3 or 4 ACC teams in there. I can guarantee you, at least one of them, maybe even 2 of them, make the Final Four somehow.
Final Four.
I thought I was.
You said 2?
Shoo, Tyler. Jeez,
2?
man.
I thought I was bold with saying 2 making the Elite Eight. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
But
2 making the Final Four is crazy.
I think Clemson's sneaky good. I'm with Tyler. I think Clemson can easily make a run.
No,
As much as it pains me, Duke is getting there.
Yeah,
But-
for sure.
hold on, Tyler, you are recording, right?
Yeah.
You got that? Okay, just making sure. Just make sure we can run a commercial with that or not.
I think you got to.
No, I think Clemson is better than a lot of these middle of the pack. Like I think Clemson is better than Texas A&M when I look at the SEC.
I disagree.
I just like a team that I look at. They're similar.
100%.
No, I think Texas A&M dropped, but for how long was A&M? About like 8 or 9, and now you got Clemson, who's up there, 12, 13 or whatnot, around that area. They're better. I think Clemson's 1,000. They're 2 big men,
Okay.
and even their guards they're loaded. But
So, I would like to ask you guys, do you, like these last couple losses, do you think that like elevates the play of these teams, like Auburn losing?
You talking about A&M?
Yeah.
So here, okay. So I know we're kind of getting off the rails with this, but we are getting to the bigger teams, so it should be a little bit more discussion. But I think everyone expects Auburn to drop a game here, at least going into it. If they wouldn't have dropped that game to A&M the other night, I think they'd have been an exit maybe in the round of 32.
They won the game. They won the game, Tyler.
Auburn lost to A&M.
Auburn lost to Texas A&M.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is that if Auburn wouldn't have lost that, I think that Auburn may have had an earlier exit than anticipated. So I think that loss now is going to put Auburn back on track to make a run here in the tournament.
That was the exact question I was asking. Is that?
And I answered it.
he's agreeing.
Yeah.
I don't. Can I just say from a coaching perspective, I don't ever say a loss is a good loss. I just don't. I like that. Like if you're going to make your run in a national championship, or maybe for Auburn, because there's a lot of Duke Auburn butting of heads right now, just because of the whole Cooper flag and Broom debate. If you're going to make your second Final Four in your program's history, then you win out. Like like I look at it like Duke. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, if they lose in the ACC tournament, it's no big deal. They get some rest. It's like, no, go win a championship and make teams fear you even more. To say, because sometimes you can beat a team. You can beat a team just based on reputation. We know that for damn sure. You can do that. I mean, look at some of these. Look at the Chiefs in the NFL. Look at
historically
teams
don't win.
I don't care.
Historically.
To point out that loss yesterday, it was a fantastic situational spot for Texas A&M. Texas A&M all season, if they were favorites, was a team that you would fade. If they're underdogs, the buzzsaw gets these boys up, and throw on top of it that it was like senior night. So
they lost like 4 in a row before that.
Right, 4 in a row, and that was the perfect situation for that.
Perfect buy low spot for Texas A&M.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say like Trent.
It's also right.
A good loss or not. I'm with you on that. That's that sentiment, but it was just the perfect spot for Texas A&M to either win or cover in that spot. So I still look at Auburn. What's that?
Sorry, Brew was also hurt in that game for a period. Like he went out.
Yeah, he did something with his shoulder or something like that.
Yeah.
So it just was like just a perfect storm for Texas A&M, and they know they need wins. And like I said, I know I call their head coach. I call him Buzzsaw. Ever since even when he was at Marquette, man. I mean, it's he knows how to get his boys up, man. So that was a great get up spot.
He also knows how to hide. He also knows how to hide in the Applebee's when somebody spots him and asks to get a picture with him.
Hey,
True
man,
story.
I respect any coach that's humble enough to eat at Applebee's, man.
Dude, I called him out. His family. I Googled his family. I was like, yep, that's definitely him. 4 kids, blonde wife. That's definitely him. Waitress goes over at an Applebee's, right? She goes over. She's like, do you want me to ask him? And I was like, well, if you're not going to get fired, like, sure. Because I was like, yeah, I want to go get a picture with Buzz Williams, like, whatever. And he like does like a 3/4 stand up in a booth, right? And kind of like looks around like across the restaurant. And I'm sitting at the bar with my wife, and I'm like looking, and he looks around and he shakes his head no, but he didn't do it right away. Like he looked around and then he looks at it and he goes, nah. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I said to my wife, I was like, that's totally Buzz Williams. I was like, look, his wife's blonde. He has 4 kids, wife's blonde. Like, and it was this whole ordeal. I was just so pissed. Like, I wanted to go up to him, like, dude, I just wanted to say hi. Like, I wasn't, going to make a big deal about it.
Shit.
Hey guys, to jump to the end of the story. Tyler's not allowed at that Applebee's anymore.
Yeah, never again.
There's dollar margaritas. They get you.
Well, listen, man, I'm always down for fading the Aggies. So F the Aggies, the Buzzsaw. Yeah. Let's keep it going. For my ACC pick, I'm gonna stick with Chalk, man, and go with the Central Connecticut. I mean the Duke Blue Devils. and lock him in. Cooper Flag's a dog. He's a beast. I would, as much as I would hate to see it, but I would love to see him come back next year. So
don't come back.
I think he will. I'm calling it. I'm saying he will.
Bro, do you want to play at Charlotte or the Wizards? No, you come back and play at Duke. So
good point.
And make money.
Make
more money. But I get it.
Make it a decent amount of money. You're gonna fight for a championship. He's gonna have experience. But give me the Blue Devils.
You might get hurt.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Come on.
It's messed up. That is messed up. That is messed up.
Kev, you know the rules, bro.
Yeah.
You know the rules.
We've already talked about this.
We only wish pain on Joel Embiid. You know the rules.
We've already talked about this, but I can't have him and Carlos Boozer's son on the same team. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like they're boys. He's like, yeah, I want to play with my boy. Like, yo, I saw that. I was like, oh, he's coming back.
Did anybody just miss what we just said?
Nightmares all over again, bro.
Yeah, they go undefeated if those two are on the same team.
So hold on. So you guys actually have a Joel Embiid voodoo doll
No,
Is that what I heard?
no. I just we've had in length conversations about the NBA, and I'm just like, he needs to quit, man. I'm tired
Seriously
of
though,
Joel Embiid,
right?
but I
Like,
don't want to. I
I agree.
Kawhi Leonard and Joel Embiid need to retire for the NBA and just enjoy life because
Paul
they
George.
can't. And Paul George, but
Anthony Davis soon.
Yeah.
listen, man, y'all.
That's
I'm
another
from
one,
Texas.
yeah.
I'm a Dallas fan, or
Yes,
I'm a no longer Dallas fan. I'm going back to my hometown team. I'm going to be a San Antonio Spurs fan because the ownership hates us and the fans and wants to move the team to Vegas. But I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done.
Right.
There we go.
I got chalk. I'm going Duke.
Yeah, me too.
I have so much I could say, but I won't. I'll keep it.
Duke's got it.
Yeah, I'm on Duke too. There's not much to say.
Sorry,
It's a
Kev.
sweep. I'm on Duke too. It's a sweep.
Oh, I thought you're going to be on Clemson, man. Shake
didn't
things
say
up a little bit.
Hey, I respect the hell out of that. I like that.
Wait a second. This isn't good. We do need somebody to take on Clemson. I've seen those like graphic things about when everybody picks them.
All right,
they
how about
lose.
this? I'll go Louisville. Give me
No,
Louisville.
pick-
don't help him out. Don't help him
Great
out.
pick, Steve. Great pick.
Don't help him
Great
out.
pick. Great pick.
Dude, it's already typed in. I can't change it.
Oh, too late.
Yeah.
We're all on Duke.
Whatever.
Go Blue Devils.
Damn it.
Sorry, Trent.
All right. We got the Big 12 championship. Yeah. Some interesting teams here. And Trey, when I see your pick, I like your pick a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it, and it's the Texas Tech Raiders and JT Toppin, baby. I think this man who's not even playing that many minutes in the game, averaging 17 points, almost 10 rebounds. And then he's got teammates out also averaging 50 points a game. I'm going to go with the Texas Tech Raiders, Red Raiders.
I mean, I'll just say something quick. I love that pick because I have been all over Texas Tech in football and in basketball from a betting standpoint. The fact that they are doing pretty well this year in basketball is kind of cool, but I don't know what it is. I have no connection to them at all. Besides, I did like Bobby Knight back in the day. But yeah, I'm not picking them to win it just because I feel like Houston is too tough. They're a team that could make a deep run this year, as they have the last couple of years. So
I know it's a neutral site tournament, being a major conference, but like Houston is undefeated on the road. They have to be close to being one of the only undefeated teams on the road. Correct? Like they have to be. So I'm going Houston. I think Houston is a top 2 best team. And I won't say who the other team is because I'm just not gonna.
just for our Final Four draft. All right, who you guys got?
I'm on Houston as well. I don't. To Steve's point earlier, I don't really like going chalk, but similar to the ACC, I think Houston's just running away with this. So yeah,
They can just dominate, man.
Go Cougars.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna buck the trend here, and I enjoyed watching their game last night, and I was talking a lot of trash to one of our friends, Kev Mo. I was talking to Muhammad, and I was talking a lot of shit for the Fighting Mormons, and he was telling me how that number 1 overall player who's going there next year. He's like, why are they going there? I'm like, they have shooters. He's like, do you not see the score right now? I mean, we saw who won, right? We saw what happened.
Right.
Their defense is questionable, which is the problem if they end up matching up against Houston. We don't have the bracket in front of us. It would help me make my pick of who I could see a path to getting there. But right now they're sitting 4th. They have a game on Saturday against Utah. So the Holy War to end the season. They win that game, and Arizona loses to Kansas because they're playing Kansas at home. So let's say they move up to the 3rd spot. I like that. So I'm going with the Fighting Mormons on this one. Give me BYU. Lock it in.
Super Soakers.
The Super Soakers, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh man, that too, aka the Super Soakers. But
Yeah.
the fighting Mormon
Take that
Super
for what
Soakers.
you
If they're
will.
Mormon, they're soaking.
Oh, they're soaking.
Whoa.
A
Okay,
whole lot of
okay.
soaking after that Iowa State game, man.
Allegedly.
No, it's not alleged.
Maybe
They're
they
sick.
drink a Mountain Dew. Maybe they got wild.
Come on. Everyone knows they're soaking. You gotta.
Yeah, Jimmer came out and admitted that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody pulled out a Red Bull, it just got crazy in there. So
Yeah.
it just
If you got a lot of energy, you're a big soaker.
who's
So you're
got the
saying
caffeine?
He's drinking Red Mountain Dew,
Yep.
and he's
Shaking
soaking
on
his-
beds.
and he's soaking his Jimmer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Somebody's
God.
just jumping at the end. Go ahead, start jumping.
Yeah. Anyone that's excited, big caffeine guys.
All right, we're moving to Conference USA. All right, I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm going Middle Tennessee with this, because and I'll be honest with you, I know that there's been a lot of picks of mine I feel like that are pretty chalky to just a lot of stuff, but I don't know. I feel like Middle Tennessee is a team that can surprise some game. It can have some surprise in some games. Sitting at 20-9 overall, they on a 3-game little win streak here, but I don't know. They are technically tied with Liberty in the conference. Jacksonville State, I think, is ahead of them, but I don't know. I'm going Middle Tennessee here. I think they can make some noise.
Me personally, I'm on Liberty. They did just got, I would say, shocked at home by Kennesaw State, correct? It was 85-80 was the last game, but before that, they won 6 straight. I know they're not technically first right now, I guess, in their conference, but I'm on board with Liberty taking it. Matter of fact, Tyler just picked Middle Tennessee. They play. Their next game is Middle Tennessee versus Liberty, correct?
Yeah.
I think regular season wise. So could be like a little preview of the championship, maybe, or something. Who knows what happens with the seeding? But I'm on Liberty.
Yeah.
Liberty's a weird school too. If you guys are Virginia P, they're super strict. Like you can't even walk on a sidewalk with a girl without being like, "You're out of here." I don't know.
Nightclubs. I love the Flaming Libs, man. So give me, I'm with you, Trent. Give me Liberty. Give me the Flaming Libs.
All right.
Yeah, I'm also with Liberty, but I also think you can't hold hands without a license on their campus.
Yes,
Bro, you can't
stuff.
do anything, man. You can't have girls in your dorm. You can't. Yeah, you sneeze too hard, they'll lock you out.
Are you humping? Are you humping? No.
Nope.
Yeah, right. With that Jerry Falwell blood money they have over there, it's give me Liberty, man.
Is that a sneeze?
We were in high
cum shot.
when we were in high school, man. I remember getting all the literature from them. I was like, "Hey, Dad, is this a school I should apply to?" Like, you don't want to go there. I was like, "Why? They're just handing out scholarships."
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Not handouts, but Kev, who you got?
I'm on Middle Tennessee too. So we're a split room.
All right, let's ride that wave, man.
Yeah.
Middle Tennessee. All right. Next we got let's call him the Mac with 2 A's.
MAAC.
Double A Mac. I'm on, I don't know, Merrimack and the Mac. That's where I'm at. Ooh, hey.
I'm with you. Return to the Merrimack. Oh, Mac in it.
Okay, let's do it.
I mean, I'm big on Quinnipiac.
Ooh.
That's been my tweet.
Quinnipiac. You really pronounced that wrong, man. You said Quinnipiac. It's Quinnipiac, man.
No, it's not. No, it's
Quinnipiac. Yeah.
Well,
Quinnipiac.
Yeah, man. Whatever, man. It's Connecticut, bro. Who knows what they're saying?
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys really think I mean, I'm gonna go with Quinnipiac.
Okay.
Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac.
Yeah,
What?
that's the team we're going with.
All right.
I think you might have spelled it wrong on our document too, but that's all right.
No, I mean they've won the
There's a
conference.
lot of eyes
They're
in there.
11
A lot of eyes.
Definitely the way that he said it.
Hey, and there's definitely one of the there's a PP which Trey loves. Right in the middle.
Oh, there he is again, man.
That's so fucked up. Like,
Uh,
I don't even get a chance.
no.
Kev, who you got?
I'm rolling with Marist. I'm a little nervous though because they're on a losing streak right now. So if they lose another one, maybe I'll switch. But I like Marist right now.
Do you ever notice?
Are they the Red Wolves?
Red Foxes.
Red Boxes. That's it.
You ever notice how every one of their games is like a couple points apart? Like every game it comes down. Like you see them, and like early on, I'd look at the record. I'm like, they should kill this team. Let's look at it. And then I'm like, every game comes down to like a 2 or 3 point game, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna avoid this one. Like,
Right.
Hey, quick Marist side note story here. So I played at Duquesne football, and we played Marist. And when we played Marist, the guest that did the coin toss in the middle of the field was Bill O'Reilly, who was a graduate of Marist. And the news guy, he's like 6'6", like super tall, super lanky.
Never would have
like,
guessed that.
did not expect it to be like that tall. Like stand on the sideline, like holy shit, like he's taller than most guys on my team. But yeah, so that's my Marist story.
we'll do it live. Yeah,
do it live. Fuck.
I'm with Kev. I'm on Maris as well. Trent, you already pointed out, you kind of took it from me on that one.
I'm sorry.
The fact that they no, I'm great that you pointed out. The fact that they do play close games, I think that will play dividends in the tournament when it comes down to trying to scrap it out. Hard fought win. I like that in tournament play. So that's why I like Maris in this one. Am I gonna bet this? Probably not. But yeah, give me Maris and the Red Foxes.
Red Fox.
Crazy to think too. Remember, Patino was at Iona there, and had Iona dominate that conference. What about 2 or 3 years ago? Was it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And now the head coach of Iona is the guy who coached FDU, and they upset Purdue. Tobin something, right? Tobin.
Yeah.
Tobin Anderson.
Yep.
Jobin.
Yeah,
completely side note here too is Trent. You want to tell him your prediction with Manhattan? With their coach?
Yeah, Trent. Trent. Let's hear it.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
Hold on. I think I said the wrong team. Where's McNamara at?
Oh, Siena.
Yeah,
McNamara will be the head coach of Syracuse next year.
Siena's not a bad squad, man. Got a good offensive team in the conference, middle of the road, middle of the pack defense. But
you're getting
Are
you getting Carmelo's kid next year?
Yeah, I feel like an asshole for laughing big time. So sorry, guys.
At what?
I'm not. You just you're in a little zone. I don't know. I
started laughing at Trent's.
I think he turned Siena into somewhat of a respectable team after what they were like the year before. Like they were bad, man. Like they were down, and they're a little too. I thought I was going to be able to rely on them early on in the year, and I was like, okay, nope, not going to do that. A little too inconsistent to be like a regular bet for me, but they're absolutely better. And I'm not saying he's like killing it there. That's why he's going to be Syracuse. I think Syracuse needs it. I think they need a like that. They're bad guys. Like Syracuse is not respectable. I don't think they've been in the top 25 since Boeheim left.
Nope.
So it's like you
They
gotta.
haven't.
So that's got to change because that's what's killing the ACC right now. Is like that's a team that needs to be a team that can be a threat. But
right, people fear their football team more than their basketball team now,
which is
wild.
Whoa, that's true. That head coach there is doing well.
Yeah.
Football.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we got the SWAC conference here.
Ugh.
Whew.
Wacky slack, huh?
Seriously, man.
We can skip this one, bro, because like I've never won a bet for a SWAC bet. I pick Southern, they lose. I pick Jackson State, they don't cover. I pick Bethune-Cookman, they don't cover. I pick Texas Southern, they don't cover. In this case, I'm gonna roll with Jackson State. I think I'm gonna roll with Jackson State. Just because they're 12-4 conference. Because it's hard for me to get a grip on SWAC games, man. I just don't get it. It's hard for me to read.
Yeah,
that's just full transparency, man. I can't read SWAC games at all.
I'm with you. I just went with Southern because it was the.
They're a wagon though, Trey.
Yeah,
they're a wagon, Trey. So I mean, it's not a bad pick. They're a wagon. It's just when I pick them, they don't want to cover. So it's
fair.
It is a wild. I mean, when you look at the overall win-loss record right now, I mean, Southern sitting at 19-10. Second place, you got Jackson State right now, 12-17. Right.
Right. So Tyler,
12-4 in conference, and then you got Bethune, who's 15-15 with 5 losses in conference. I mean, besides Southern, everybody is 500.
Yeah.
Worse.
So, Trey, Tyler, the funny thing about this conference is they're like one of the few conferences in basketball that do like a lot of the like pay me games where they'll just go pay one of the big schools to kick their ass and they'll get a payday.
Yeah.
So that's why coming into conference, like you see them like sub 500. It's just like who's good? You don't know because they've been getting their ass kicked against the big conferences.
They're making money losing by 50.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I picked Jackson State because I looked for the hottest team right now, and Jackson State has won 6 of their last 7. So peak in March, keep it rolling.
They're getting paid to peak though.
Kev, who you got?
I'm on Jack State too. Give me the Tigers.
Yeah.
All right. I'm on Bethune here. They are 12 of their last 17. Bethune-Cookman. 12 of the last 17 are wins. They're also a little bit on a hot streak right now. Yeah, I don't know. 4 in a row, but real quick gambling side note on that is the number 2 team against the spread comes from the SWAC, and that was actually one of our picks the other night was Florida A&M Rattlers. They are the number 2 team to cover in all of college basketball. So keep an eye on that, especially as dogs moving forward here. But it was a nice little fun win the other night. Plus, they got a cool ass mascot, the Rattlers. Like, get out of here.
Right.
It's always a weird feeling when you pick a dog and they just cover. It's like okay, all right, I won my bet, but it's like they didn't win it outright. But it's like they covered.
I don't know. I kind of get blinded by that sometimes though, where I'm like, oh yeah, they're definitely gonna win. Like, and I'm like, oh wait a second, no, they're just gonna cover. Like, and then all of a sudden they become favorites, and I'm like, don't pick them.
That was me last night with UTSA in Memphis.
Yeah,
but anytime Memphis is 9.5 or double-digit favorites, boy, I fade the hell out of Penny. Nope.
He's doing better this year, but not.
He is. He
brought in guys to help, like Nolan Smith and what's his face, the guy who took Indiana to the Final Four, Mike.
Mike Davis.
I know
Mike Davis. Yeah.
Right.
He was.
That UAB game. That UAB game, man, they got some dogs. That's why I was like, okay, all right, Penny, I'll stop hating on you.
Memphis still has to prove it. Just
I gotta shut up.
But
Davis was the head coach of Detroit Mercy when they were so bad. Seriously, he was.
Yeah.
So,
that's right.
Hey, man, sometimes you thrive as an assistant coach.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Good call there. All right, so we go from the SWAC to the WAC. I'm not gonna lie, WAC's one of my favorite conferences to bet on. I bet on, dude. I bet on Utah Tech. I bet on Arlington. I bet on Tarleton. I bet on Seattle. I mean, yeah, this is one of my favorite conferences. Unfortunately, of those 4 teams, I'm not picking any of them to win this. I'm going with. It sucks because I love all those teams. I'm going Grand Canyon here.
I'm on the Antelopes as well.
Yeah, I'm on the Lopes. Also
Yep.
the Libs.
Good pick.
Do they,
Fantastic
do
pick,
they
Tyler.
have do they have an actual campus, or are they just online school? No, I'm just kidding.
Bro, they
Never know.
invest the hell into their basketball program.
Yes, they do.
They need to get a football program
Yeah,
started.
they're gonna have one before George Mason does, which is ridiculous. But
Well, first off, you talk to Armand, man. He's on the board. He goes every time it comes up for voting. George Mason, they're like, no, because we don't want traffic. And I'm like, traffic is already bad here. Who gives a damn?
The HOAs have basically shut down the vote every time, because anytime there's a vote for it, they petition.
Yeah, they
Really?
show up. They lobby hard for some reason. I'm like, dude, it's Northern Virginia. We have athletes here. Like you could field a team from the high schools in the area and be okay. But enough of that.
Heck yeah.
Kev, did you say you're
Stop
on
being
Grand
pussy,
Canyon?
George Mason.
Yeah, I'm on Grand Canyon.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is the first conference here that we went all 5 seen.
ACC.
Impressive.
We went ACC.
Oh, wait,
Oh yeah, you're right.
Well,
ACC, yep.
wait, no, Todd. There was a change. Remember?
No,
No,
couldn't
he's
touch
It
it.
was already Tyler
Typewriter
typed
over
it in,
there.
man. It was too late.
Yeah.
It was set in stone, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he wrote the pencil broke.
Yep.
Damn it.
All right. Next, we got the American Athletic Conference. Whew. I'm
North
actually
Texas.
riding. Yeah, Trey. I'm picking North Texas as well
100%.
because of your early input early in the year. So I followed them closely this year. So I'm on North Texas with this one.
Yeah.
Man, this conference near and dear to my heart. Rest in peace to my man over in South Florida.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was tough because I was looking forward to it. They're gonna run it back this year, but yeah, I'm stuck because I really want to go UAB, but after I saw the way they played against Memphis this weekend, I was really disappointed. I thought they had that game. I thought they could win outright. So, you know what? F it. I'm gonna. Defense wise, their bottom half. North Texas just seems like the smart pick, man. I'm with you guys. Give me North Texas as well. Anytime I can pick a Texas school, like except for Texas A&M or Texas Tech.
I'll just say I am prepared to be let down. I am taking the chalk pick with Memphis, but I do think this is Penny's best team since he's been there, in my opinion. I think you got 3 guards that are averaging double digits. And like we said, guard play is extremely important when it comes this time of year. Haggerty's one of the best in the NCAA. Average over 20. So I'm going Memphis, but once again, I'm prepared to be let down because I don't know. Nothing against Penny because he's like why I was an Orlando Magic fan growing up, but he just lets me down as a head coach.
And he got a guy. What's his name? Dane Danger. That's probably one of the coldest names in college basketball, man. So
that is
Steve. That's one of those guys on one of those adult websites.
Whoops. I'm either betting or on adult websites, man. Right. Either or.
Kevin, you got?
I'm on UNT also. Give me North Texas.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, so you're all on North Texas. All right, fellas. We'll see who comes out on top. Once again, I'm going to be let down.
Memphis gets in, right? No matter what.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so. This year,
they're top 25, right?
Yeah, they're in already.
Memphis.
I mean, 25-5, 15-2 in conference. If they lose
they get
a semifinal game, they're good to go. It should be no question at that point.
Let's say Texas. I don't know. Let's say Texas loses championship here. Is North Texas out? Like they take 2 teams from here.
13-3 conference, 22-6. You know what? North Texas should be one of those teams that get in over Texas, Oklahoma, one of those SEC school bubble teams that they're trying to crowbar their way in.
Yep.
Hopefully they do the right thing and don't look at that, even though the AAC is not that bad of a conference.
No.
As far as I'm looking on KenPom real quick, and I mean they're a top 10 conference. So quality wins. I
Yeah.
can see them getting in if they get to the finals and they lose that game. Let's say they lose to Memphis. Trent's the one who's right and we're all wrong. But they lose to Memphis. Definitely. I think they'll get in. I think there's a fighting chance for them to get in.
Yeah. If they make the conference championship, they have a legit shot. But I think because the SEC is going to get 12, 13 teams in, this could be a team that gets left out if they don't.
I'll be
12.
listen,
And
I'm a Texas guy. Now I'm a new SEC
You
guy,
think
but
the
I'm
SEC gets 12 to 13 in?
I hate the bias on the SEC.
Yeah, I mean,
like
that's what
football season would be
that would include Texas, Kev. That would include Texas.
Yeah, I mean, Lenardi Cats, a lot of the bracketology
That's
guys
bullshit.
all the
Texas
way
has
through
won
Oklahoma.
5 SEC conference games.
Yo, Trey, I feel really personal with this attack here. But
Sorry, Kev.
I'm just joking. I'm joking, man.
Sorry.
I'm messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you, man. I'm not that territorial about my team unless it's Oklahoma. But no, you're right, Trey. I mean, it's
the problem
kind of
is
ridiculous how they're not hiding like this crazy bias. I found out past year, that SEC fans are some of the worst fans in college sports, and I can't stand them. And now that we're like, everyone's like, SEC fans suck, but like you Texas fans, you guys are different because you're new. And it's like, all right, yeah, you're right, because that's the way we approach it. Because we don't assume just because we have 3 letters on our jerseys that we're gonna automatically get into a football playoff or the tournament. So
bingo.
Yeah.
It's they're nuts, man. So
hey, Steve, I'll second that. I'm a Tennessee fan in college football, and I hate the SEC. Even as a Tennessee
it's
fan,
awful.
Like,
I'll have to Tyler. I'll share a podcast with you. I sent to Kev or this clip, the Paul Feinbaum clip of this SEC fan
Paul
arguing
fuck,
with this
dude.
guy who's a writer for On 3. And his bias is ridiculous. He's like, you need to get in on merit. And he's like, well, win your games. And he was like, well, Indiana, who they play? I'm like, well, they won the games they were supposed to win, and the two games they lost were a team that played in the national championship, and a team, both teams they lost only to both teams that played in the national championship.
Yeah, holy fuck. Yeah.
So what are you telling me? What are you telling me
here? And they hung with Ohio State better than Oregon did.
Exactly. I'll get off my SEC hate by like soapbox. I know I've been on a lot of that. That's why I love being on you guys' show, because I get to be on a soapbox and complain and bitch the stuff I say to Kev on normal. But it's ridiculous how blind they are to their bias. And you're hanging your hat on 2 teams, Alabama and Georgia. What else did anybody else do? Nothing.
Nothing.
So you hang your hat on what other teams did, dude. I'm from the Big 12. I'm not going to hang my hat on what Oklahoma did. You know, so it's get the hell out of here, man. Like, put North Texas in the fucking tournament. Sorry,
is Nick Anderson good? Nick Anderson, the wide out from Oklahoma, is he good?
I think so. Yeah. And I'm a hater, so. I do think
I just want to know. I just want to know about him.
No, he's
I got a autograph card.
Oh, nice.
He's a card guy. Yeah.
I'm curious about that. I'm thinking about getting back in that. I was doing that when I was a kid.
I'm your guy, man.
All right, Trey. We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
All right, jump to the A10 tournament here.
March. Here we go. 12. Here we go, Kev. Yeah.
This is another conference that is going to get teams left out that shouldn't, but
bingo.
Fuck Tony Skinn, but George Mason is my pick for this.
Whoa!
I got a funny story about Tony Skinn during college time when George Mason went on the
run and beat North Carolina that year, and then
got my ass kicked by like him and like a couple guys. I was talking some shit because they busted my bracket. I was a little wild back in the day, you know what I mean? But when I'm barely pushing 6 feet tall and the rest of these dudes are 6'2" and up, And your boys are not nowhere near as tall as that. You learn a lesson real quick. You know when to shut the hell up. And I'm glad I learned that lesson without getting punched in the face or anything like that. But my pick for this tournament, VCU is an Elite Eight team. But I am not Trey. Believe me, they invest heavy in their program. Honestly, their NIL is probably as big, or I don't want to lit up any Trey like comments and get hit from Tyler or Trent on what I'm saying about as big as or something like that. But as large as like Duke, like they are investing in this program and they're pulling in athletes, and these guys are top tier athletes at VCU. But I'm going with George Mason. I know Kev hates on George Mason. I love going to their games. They're not as talented as VCU, but boy, they're a scrappy squad, man, and I love that about them. I love the way they play defense. They're like St. John's light, right? Except they shoot free throws better.
Right. It's true.
If VCU doesn't win this, they get in still. Yes,
they should.
They
22
should.
and 25 and 15 and 2 in conference. Absolutely get into in the tournament.
So they're going to be one of the first teams that is like paying a salary to their players, correct? Next year. So it's not NIL. They're paying all their players straight up.
Pretty much of like, you come play at VCU, you're getting
it's impressive. Yeah. I did take VCU because kind of what you said a little bit ago is you said they're Elite Eight. There's people that are even higher on them to say like they're a legit contender to make it to the Final Four. Like this year. Like I've seen that from many. I think, I don't know if you guys follow John Rothstein, like whether you like him or not. He entertains me, but yeah, I'm on the Rams. I just think they're obviously with them being the 1 seed, they're favorite, but I also think they are very good. And I think they're gonna be tough to beat. Come the full tournament.
I'm on VCU as well. Trey, go ahead.
Not me. I'm on Loyola Chicago, the Ramblers. As far as my knowledge goes, is Sister Jean is still alive.
She is.
Yeah.
She's still strong.
They like totally let her out to dry. Did you guys see that?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
I saw that clip. I saw that clip, bro.
She's like an ignored like almost like an ignored like monument of the team. Like you don't acknowledge her, you just let her do her thing. And that's where I'm at with Sister Jean and Loyola Chicago. I think they're running hot. I think they were the last standing undefeated team. I think that they got the Lord on their side. She's a fucking sister. So
not sure you can say those words in the same thing.
She's a fucking sister. Fucking Sister Jean.
Listen, man, you can't trust a guy who doesn't cuss.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, Sister Jean definitely fucking cusses. And she's probably like, fuck the Ramblers, baby. Let's
she's probably a freak back in the day. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Sister Jean.
Nuns, you never know.
Yeah, Sister Jean's a sister.
They're taking shots of holy water and shit.
No, listen. We all know what the nuns that they can't do. Sister Jean's a nun that is definitely fucked.
Whoa. Okay. Oh God.
Wow. Okay.
Allegedly.
Well,
I mean, we've met girls from Catholic school, so let's move on.
Sister Jean's definitely fucked.
All right.
The
Big East. The Big East.
This is easy. I don't have to look.
I'm taking a little bit probably. I think it's a surprise, but I'm also taking it out of the hopes that I'm torn here, and I'll explain what. But I'm taking UConn. They pulled off a good win, I guess we would say tonight over Marquette. Part of it is like I don't want, because everyone has them as like the 8 or 9 seed in Duke's region. Although I also would love to see Duke UConn second round with the whole Cooper Flag, competition that they had. And plus I hate Hurley, so I would love to kill them. But I also fear that if they would beat Duke, I'd be even more pissed off. Like it'd be bad. Probably wouldn't talk for a couple days. But I have UConn. I've got UConn taking this one.
Tyler.
What?
It's weird. I feel like Trent has a lot of stipulations about Duke. But go ahead, Tyler.
No. I don't care how chalky you guys want to say it is. I am all over St. John's. I'm on the Johnnies this year, man. That's a team that I think could make some noise. I know, Steve, you pointed out the fact that they're not very good at shooting free throws, but I just feel like they're one of those teams that can dominate a game. And they're one of the teams that if they get up on you, they will put their foot on your throat and step on it. So they don't let you back in the game. But I'm on St. John's here. I love the fact I hope Patino wears the right white suit the entire tournament. I'm on it. I'm all for it.
I could never wear that suit, by the way. I'd totally stain it up. I'm just putting that out there. Like,
dude, supposedly he wore it one time and he literally had so much ass sweat he had to change at halftime.
No.
True story. True story.
Little show, I guess. Oh God, I almost. All right. I didn't mean stay in the back of it. I'm just saying, like, I didn't mean that way. Like, I'm talking like food stain, guys. I'm sorry.
Almost skid marks. Doesn't.
Yeah,
Trent's like farts and he's like, "Oh, sorry, cheerleaders."
Starfish right at you there.
I'll hop into this one. I'm a known slick Rick lover, man. Ain't nothing wrong with taking the boys to the strip club and try to get them to go to your school. I have no problem with that.
With you.
Hey, my man, he's a straight mafia boss on the sidelines. I love it, but let's avoid going chalk here. And I like the way Creighton's been playing. Marquette, I'm not a big Marquette fan. By the way, I get a lot of hate DMs if I pick against. Twitter's weird. Dude, these MFers show up out of nowhere. Like this one specific, I can post about any team in the world, but I talk about Marquette, and these dudes are like, "Hey, how that loss taste, mother?" Like I'm like, "Yo, who are you?
Who are you?"
So I'm always on our podcast. I always take shots at Marquette as much as I can. Like, a double digit favorites. F your team, bro. I don't care if you're playing. I don't care if you're playing DePaul, bro. I'm locking it in.
Down.
I'm all in. But in this case, I do like Creighton. So give me Michael Creighton and to cover this one, man.
All right.
I'm on Xavier. They're the hot team coming in.
Ooh, I like that.
Fremantle's a beast. I think they continue. I actually think Rick Pitino, I know we talked about this earlier, but I think he plays into the rest factor. So I don't see I think they may take a game off and not try as hard in one of these games.
Take it into the tournament, yeah.
Yeah, and then take it into the tournament and try to come back that way. But yeah.
I got a team. Fair. My team is Wisconsin.
What?
Run a big East.
Okay, Big East, buddy. Not
Big
Big
10. But we know who you're picking for the Big 10 now.
You daydreaming over there?
You got St. John's, Creighton, Marquette, Connecticut, Xavier, Villanova.
No,
after Xavier, you really can't trust any of the other teams below Xavier.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I agree.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good point though, because you know who else I think also plays into the rest was now this year. I don't think he can afford to. I always thought Bill Self did that too. I always felt like they were always winning the Big 12. I might be wrong when I'm looking back at the championships in the tournament. They always won the regular season. Then I felt like it was like, oh, they got knocked off in the Big 12 tournament. And I always thought the same thing. I'm like, I feel like he knows they're getting a 1 seed because the Big 12 was the top dog for how many years. So it was like, if he won the regular season, he's getting a 1 seed. So, let's get our guys rest. Don't get anybody hurt. But
this is the worst season he's had in his career.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What did they say? He's never been below a 4 seed, correct?
They have 11 losses?
With Kansas, yeah. This will be the first time he doesn't reach 20 wins since like his second year of coaching ever.
Bill Self.
Preseason
They're-
number one.
He's a great
Do
coach,
they have-
man.
They have no more games left,
I think they might have one on Saturday or Sunday.
so they're 19-11. So he could still reach 20.
He still could reach there. Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
a big game. Ty. That was one of the ones I sent preview wise. Hold on, I have it
Yeah.
right here. They play Arizona, but now Kansas is at home.
No,
Give them another loss.
I already blew my nut on what you guys have been going through, but I do think Wisconsin is like a huge tournament team. Like I do think that they're like going to contribute. I do think they're going to be up there.
Just don't blow your knob.
Yeah, I know. I said I blew my nut. Whatever.
Well, that's a good
Well, and hold on,
transition
hold on.
here.
Yeah, we can hop into the Big Ten.
Let's
Yeah,
go
it's
Big
next.
Ten here because Trey, you're saying Wisconsin, but you don't even have them as your winners.
In the Big Ten?
Yeah.
Well, then who is? Michigan State?
You put Maryland.
Oh,
Great.
okay. So that actually plays into my point is that I don't think conference winners in the big conferences like SEC, Big Ten, ACC. Obviously, there's some exceptions, but I do think that if you're gonna run through these big conferences and win your tournament, that takes a big like energy and like everything. Yeah. So I look at runners up or anyone that's going to make the tournament that doesn't win their conference tournament as bigger threats to the NCAA tournament. So I don't think Wisconsin is going to win the Big Ten tournament. I think Maryland will, and I think that's going to help Wisconsin in the tournament, if that makes sense. Does it?
Trey,
Yeah,
I think you should stick with Wisconsin, man.
Yeah.
My personal thoughts on Maryland, man, they're gonna come up short.
But-
I know McQueen, whatever his name is.
So,
He-
but like my thing
he's
is
good.
like
But
I like teams that don't blow their nut in the tournament. And that they like to me a team that loses in their tournament has more to prove in the NCAA tournament. Am I right?
Bust. They're not
right,
not
but
blow.
I don't know, man. I
Either
don't know.
one,
I
bust
think
or
I
blow.
think your initial read about Wisconsin is better than Maryland.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
I
think so.
I'm on Wisconsin taking it. It's a different Wisconsin style of basketball. They're actually scoring points. So
All right.
I got Wisconsin for the Big Ten.
Michigan State. I don't care how chalky. They're tough. Tom Izzo.
That's where I am. Michigan State. This is the best team he's had since, I don't know, Mateen Cleaves and Morris Peterson.
Yes.
So yeah, I think they get it done.
All right, to shake things up with Trey, man. I'm gonna go with my preseason Big Ten pick, and I'm enjoying. The reason why is because they're not a normal Big Ten team, right? So these West Coast teams show up and they always surprise people. So give me UCLA.
Oh no.
Give me UCLA. Give me the Bruins.
Wow.
Hit the tournament. Because they know right now UCLA is 21-9, right? Are they one of the teams that might crowbar into the tournament? Absolutely. Especially being 12-7 in conference. I'm okay with them making it. It's not like they're under 500 in conference. But yeah, I like UCLA, man. I think they started slow beginning of the conference play. It looked awful. I didn't even think they'll be in the spot they're at right now. I was like, well, this is an awful pick. They're about to finish in the bottom half, but they've won the road games. These are neutral site games, and I think staying out that way, I think they'll be able to roll. I like the way.
How many times does Cronin have to tell his team that he sucks though?
Every time they play, you guys are trash.
He does. Yeah,
you guys suck. I work
too.
harder than everybody on this team. Like, at first I was making fun of him. I was like, dude, what are you doing, man? Because they went out and got their ass kicked after he said that too. I was like, this is
right.
Not
it was like,
work.
oh, he lost the team. Yeah,
I thought he lost the team, and then all of a sudden they just figured things out. So, I mean, he did bring a lot of transfers over. Maybe that's a part of it too. We going next year with handicapping with NIL being as heavy it is. I'm going to approach college basketball and football a little bit differently, but especially college basketball. But I like I like UCLA.
Pedialyte.
As much as I love Izzo, but I don't want to go too much chalk.
No, yeah. UCLA, I like it, man. That's a unique one. All right, let's go Big West here. Big West with a bunch of the UCs.
Yeah, that always trips me up. I got UCSD, the Tritons, correct? Tritons, and it was really hard to pick against UC Irvine because they're the Anteaters. Like, come on, Tritons versus Anteaters. So I'm still picturing a Triton as like one of those things that it's like a fork, large fork.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, so that Triton's going straight through the heart of an anteater in the championship. So I got UCSD.
So yeah, I'm on UCSD as well, and I'm gonna admit this publicly. I made a big betting mistake. I read the game wrong. I thought it was UCSD, and I actually bet on UC Davis. It was a free bet I won from FanDuel, $41 bet. Bet on UC Davis to cover, and they didn't. I thought it was UCSD. So,
you didn't tell me that.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't because I've been holding in because it hurts me to talk about it. But I'm admitting it here live on the podcast. Yeah, made that mistake. So, but yes, I'm going UCSD. Yeah, it hurt. Lost by 1.5. So, no one hurt. Anyway, sorry, not to bring everybody down.
We just feel bad for you now, man. Like, I don't know if we can move on.
No. Yeah.
Can't even talk shit.
No, that was bad. I missed the S in the middle. That's all right. All right. UCSD. Trey, you are.
UC Irvine.
All right. And
thought he was gonna say Kentucky there for a second, you know.
Yeah, who the hell knows where he's gonna be? Kevin, who you got?
I'm on the Anteaters also. Give me Irvine. I think they're the better team.
Thank you.
But this is another conference where both UC Irvine and UC San Diego should get in, but they're not going to because of SEC bias and Big Ten's getting 11 teams.
And you know what? I wish to God we could go over my this or that because that's one of the teams we talked about. Okay. God bless you, man.
I'm bucking the trend on this one, man. I'm going with Northridge.
Yeah, CSUN. I love it.
So, only team that swept them was San Diego. They split with Irvine. I like them. One of the better offensive teams in the conference. Top half in defense. They're not afraid to play against these teams that are above them. I feel like they play up. If they can catch San Diego, as much as I love San Diego, I've been bet on San Diego all year, but I'm thinking from potentially what the odds could be, and I'm thinking from a bettor's perspective. So, give me Northridge. And
love that pick. I actually do.
It's just Keontae Jones. I'm a big fan of his. I think they could catch him. So
CSU Northridge.
Yep.
God damn, Steve.
CSUN.
Hit me in my heart.
I love it. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Next we got the MEAC. MEAC. So I'll just say across the board, we are all on South Carolina State.
I'm on Norfolk.
Yeah, man, bring it back to Virginia, bro.
Wait. Say it again. Say it again, Kev.
Norfolk.
Oh,
told you.
He says it right.
I know. I told you that's how people from Virginia say
it. Trey always pronounced the L very
Norfolk.
I can't even say it.
It's like no fuck. It's like no fuck. No fuck.
Yeah, the L.
No, it's not, Tyler.
Norfolk.
It's Norfolk
State. Norfolk State.
Yeah, see? Yeah, exactly.
Give me Norfolk State. I'm with Kev on this one, man. I love the way they play, man.
What?
I saw the team, but yeah, I like them, man. Give me Norfolk
It's not
State.
Norfolk State.
No.
See,
Yale's kind of
think-
silent when you pronounce
see,
it.
think,
Hey,
think
it
about
is.
think about a town like Suffolk, right? It's like saying Suffolk, but saying Norfolk. You don't say Norfolk. Norfolk.
Steve,
You
Steve,
don't.
you're not convincing me.
Norfolk.
Hey man, come to Virginia and say it to the wrong person, bro. I
Norfolk.
can't.
Norfolk
They'll
State.
snap. They'll snap.
Norfolk State.
No, Norfolk.
They'll
Just say
punch a square
Norfolk.
to Norfolk.
No fuck. Say no fuck. No fuck. No
No
fuck.
fuck.
Nope.
There you go.
See?
Ah, that's stupid. There's no way that's the right answer.
I told you
It's
that that's how
absolutely
people
the
from
right
Virginia
way,
say it.
man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Norfolk
That's
State.
All right, here we
Soon to
go.
be
Mountain West
home
tournament.
of
Michael Vick.
your boy Michael Vick.
Yep.
Really?
Hey man, they
What?
win 8.
football coach.
Listen, I'm gonna give a college football prediction real quick. If Michael Vick gets them to the playoffs, he doesn't have to win a playoff game.
Okay.
He will be Virginia Tech's head coach in 2 to 3 years.
Whew. I could
Oh.
see that. I could see that happening even if he doesn't get in the playoff.
Because honestly, the hottest bed to recruit from in the state of Virginia is the 7 cities area, which is Norfolk State, Virginia Beach, all those guys like that, and that's where he's from. And if he can bring that back to Virginia Tech, oh bro, he would run the
Oh,
state.
yeah.
Right now,
Yeah.
Virginia Tech and UVA are the worst teams in the state of Virginia. Liberty's better, ODU's better, JMU's better. So
Yeah, you gotta get back.
Mm.
I like it.
All right, there we go. We got 4 left. It's the Mountain West tournament.
yeah, who
Lock
knew
it
so many
in.
conferences in college basketball?
Whew.
It's 380 some odd teams, man. I told you this.
Bro,
I got
Yeah,
the
31 conferences.
Lobos, Patino's son getting in the tournament. They got four guys that average double figures. Dent 20 points a game, and then I have Joseph who averages a double. So I'm going Lobos here, New Mexico.
They're tough. I'm going Boise State. I think Boise State sneaks in. That's it.
Yeah, I'm going. Man, I'm going Boise State too.
No, you're not.
Just
No, you're not.
I'm not. Oh no,
No.
I'm sorry. Utah State. Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
good old
Just
Utah State.
yeah, just their like away record. I like their how they responded to their coach leaving and taking everyone with them, including what's his name, big guy. I can't think of his name, but he left with Utah State's coach, and I just think they responded well. And that's why I'm going with them. 14-2 at home, 7-4 away.
He just get fired.
Who?
The old Utah State coach that
No, he
coached
left with
No.
who was the Utah coach?
Oso-Bar. He left with Oso-Bar.
Okay.
Their big center guy that was their all around player. He left with them. I forget where he went to, but the coach went with him.
Yeah, Utah State's like VCU. They pump out coaches.
gonna
They're
look up.
always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember where he went, but yeah.
Don't worry, I'll look. I'm gonna find.
I have a feeling me and Kev had the same pick.
Go ahead.
I don't think so, but you can
You want me to go first?
you can go first. Yeah.
I'm going with Colorado State Rams.
All right, we are going the same team.
Your boy Clifford is a dog.
Yes, Nick Clifford. God damn.
Your boy Nick is a dog. I love Nick Clifford. Kev pointed him out. I'm winning a good amount of money because of Nick Clifford. So yeah, I'm going with the Rams, man. Ram it.
Yeah, Nick Clifford is super good. He has first round draft potential. He's like 6'6" and almost averages 10 rebounds. Like he's a beast in this conference. Should win player of the year. Similar to some of my other picks like Charleston, I'm going with the best player in the conference to go on a run. So I got the Rams as well.
We're on a hot streak right now too. 6 in a row, I think.
I like it.
All right, here we go. SEC. Ugh. Man. Say what? All 3 of us are all over the damn place. But why don't you guys start?
I'm chalk. I got Auburn. I think it means a lot to Bruce Pearl. I think he wants that program to have a conference championship. I don't even know the last time they won a conference championship. I know the last time they made the Final Four was like 1980s. So I think this means a lot to him and the school. So I think they roll.
So yeah, this is going to end up being Florida versus Auburn at the end. Both these teams adjust how they're playing, like the team they're playing against. If the team goes slow, Auburn will play slow. Florida will play slow. Florida likes to play fast though, so I'm assuming they're going to play fast. Auburn's going to adjust to that. My preseason pick was Auburn, so I'm sticking with the Tigers. Go War Eagles. Why are you War Eagles and Tigers? But that's a whole other argument. But I'm going with Auburn in this spot.
Make that 3. I'm an Auburn as well.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee, just because I think they're gonna satisfy their fans with the regular season and then lose early in the tournament. So
Bad loss last night to Ole Miss, but I am going Florida. Partially, my son. I don't know how this ever happened, but my son's a diehard Gator fan in football and basketball. It kills me, especially as a Tennessee fan in football. It kills me. But so we have watched a lot of Florida basketball games this year because of him. And I think Florida gets it done. I mean, smacked Alabama around last night, so that was kind of nice to see. But I think Florida pulls it out. I think they can make some weird noise. I know they've had some weird losses, but I think Steve, you pointed out the fact that they play really fast. I mean, I think they hung 99 on Alabama last night. So
it was. I bet on Florida, man. I took that 3.5, but when I saw that, with that matchup, the only thing that scared me off that game from actually posting it, was that it was senior night for Alabama. But
that's what scared me too. Yeah.
But at the same side, I will always fade Alabama if I know they're playing Auburn next. So they had that look ahead spot where they're going to be playing in the Iron Bowl on the hardwood. So yeah, it's an interesting spot. But yeah, Auburn or Florida, man. It's Trey. As much as I love Ricky Barnes, man, that's my guy. Their defense is going to be able to keep them in the game, Trey. So if they face up with somebody and they get hot from shooting 3 or getting to the paint,
look out.
Tennessee's a viable option, and probably odds wise is not a bad pick.
Yeah, that's our VIP pick last night was Florida team total over 87.5. I think it was.
It would really piss me off if this is the conference where a bid is stole. That would piss me the hell off. It would, of course, Arkansas. I mean, I don't think Arkansas.
LSU just wins the tournament plus 20,000 odds, and then we're sitting here.
It would be Oklahoma.
That too. That too.
I mean, the problem is
the fact that Oklahoma beat Missouri last night. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is these teams that are on the bubble keep fucking winning. Georgia won last night. Arkansas, or 2 nights ago.
You gotta respect. As much as I hate OU, man, Porter Moser is not a bad coach. So if anybody could do a stupid run like that, is Porter. You know what I mean? I mean, Calipari's sitting there, but Porter Moser is somebody who they might just say we have to win, so we solidify ourselves in this tournament. So it's not Rodney Terry. Otherwise, I would have picked him. We don't have that unless Trey Johnson decides to, go for 40 points every night. That's not happening.
All right, we got Max Single A. We are all on Zips.
Best team, clearly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
This conference pisses me off. I is another one like the SWAC, man, because there's nights where you go, whoa, man, like Miami, Ohio should like run away with this, and then they lose by double digits, and you're like, what the hell just happened? Or you see a double digit lay, and you're like, I'm not betting that. You take the double digit lays, the underdog in that spot. Yeah. In this case, it's hard to not pick Akron, but I think my write-up maybe my post will be for Kent State.
It's not a bad pick.
Can't
I like
read, can't write, Kent State.
Mm.
I'm on Ohio Bobcats. I think they're getting healthy at the right time. They're the only team that's beaten Akron this year in conference. And like I said, they're getting healthy at the right time and starting to play well. So
like it. Yeah, Akron doesn't have one loss. You're right. You said Ohio was them.
yep.
You know.
Akron has 3 guards that are just so good, like
Mhm.
very good.
What Nate
They
Johnson?
came back the other night too. They were down the entire
Well,
game until like the last
and-
minute and a half.
And like it's so cliche, but like guard play, especially in this time of year, is like what makes or breaks you. And Jay Williams said it. He's like, defense wins championships, but in college basketball, guard play wins championships. And like that is so true. Like if you have the guards to play
Yeah.
a
Can't
matchup
turn the
against
ball
anyone,
over.
if you have guards to match up against anyone, you're an Elite Eight team, and Akron has those guards, and they are a team to me. When I looked at Joe Lenardi's bracket and I saw that three of the 13 seeds were Akron, High Point, and it was someone else, and I was like, holy shit! Like 2 of these 13 seeds are gonna beat whoever they play. Like I don't even care who they match up against. Like, and I think Akron was one of those teams, and it's because of their yards. But yeah, that they're one of the teams I'm passionate about is Akron and winning their conference. And if they don't, like they deserve, like they should be in the tournament no matter what. That's what I hate about like these small conferences in their tournament plays. If Akron or someone loses, they're not in it. So
Yeah.
You got the last one here. Ready?
Yeah.
Ivy League, where there is only 4 teams.
bingo.
Bulldogs. Yale. I know they just got upset by Harvard recently, but they'll be all right. Yale.
That was a rivalry, and they had already clinched first place.
Yeah. I'm with you, Trent.
Do you two are Yale? I wanted
Hey,
to make
Kevin.
some money. So I took Cornell. Kevin, you said you're on Yale too.
Yeah, I think I'll probably bet Cornell with you, but my pick is Yale, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
All right, so
I think
here's
Cornell's the right line as far as making a bet.
Right.
here's something to consider. On Saturday, Princeton is playing Penn, right? We assume they're probably going to beat them, but Brown is playing Yale. Yale's already locked their spot up. Brown knows they need to win to fight for that 4th spot against Brown. Depending on if Brown can win that game, because I'm not going to bet on Princeton after what they did to me 2 weeks ago
Oh my gosh.
with that technical foul when they were covering, and oh God, I've never
Then didn't they just get beat by almost 50 points?
Yeah,
Oh,
Cornell
Princeton?
crap out of them.
Yeah, Cornell just wow.
So I'm gonna pick a safe spot and say Cornell, but I'm keeping my eye on that Brown game and the Princeton. So see if the Brown guys pull something off,
Toledo.
and if they can slide into that spot. I don't know the tiebreaker with Princeton off the top of my head, but if Princeton loses the Penn, this is gonna shake things up. So I refuse to bet on Yale. Because of last year's tournament, because man, last year I was about to win a whole stack of money on on the championship, and it was Brown versus Yale. All I needed to do was cover, and then Danny Wolf decided to like punch me in the face.
Yeah,
and
he was a big letdown.
God, I'm so pissed about him. So
Princeton and Brown split in the regular season.
Okay, so
the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
probably because they have the better record overall.
It goes based off of SAT scores.
Look out.
Wait, that's a tie too. They're all like 1600s.
It's not UNC's, right?
So Princeton would get in at 18 and 10 overall. Yeah, they're 18 and 10. Brown's 14 and 12.
Okay, so if Princeton loses, they go 7 and 7. Okay, damn.
So Princeton's no matter what, though.
Yeah, so they're kind of set. They're gonna be. Give me Cornell.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Okay.
All
That
right.
concludes
That
it.
is holy hell. That's a regimen of college basketball right there.
Yeah.
31.
Yeah, man.
Ah,
This is what me and Kev do every Friday night, man. It's
Whew.
we're up till the crack of
I was
dawn.
gonna say, you guys get them all. We stick to like 10 games.
Yeah,
I'm still
we're flying
still
through
up at like an hour and a
75,
half.
80 games. We're going 2.5 hours just straight rocking through them, man. But it's fun, man. You know, we do this we enjoy college sports.
Yeah,
This
why
is-
not? Yeah,
this is
exactly.
what we do. So yeah, man. I appreciate you guys having us on the show tonight.
Dude,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
All right, you
fun.
guys. Hey, you want draft Final Four real quick?
Let's do it
Yeah,
quick.
let's do that
Do it.
quick.
Let's do it.
All right. First pick. Go ahead. You guys can discuss. You got your first pick.
St. John's.
Fantastic pick.
That's your first Final Four pick.
Yep.
Should we take Duke?
I mean, I think we
I
take
like-
Auburn.
I'd like to take Duke. I'd like to take Duke.
I'd like
Okay.
to take Duke too. 2
All
versus
right,
1.
all right, then take Duke.
Yeah, let's take Duke. Go ahead.
We'll take Duke.
Yeah, we'll
Auburn.
go with Auburn.
Okay.
Sorry, Kev. Didn't mean to step on your feet. You know,
No,
I'll shut
you're
up now. I'll shut up
You're
now.
good. You're good.
3 or 4, I'll let you have, man.
Let's take Michigan State.
No.
What?
No.
That was the third team we agreed on.
Who else you would say, Trent?
Okay, fine. I'll trust you. I'll trust you guys.
Michigan State. Remember, we had 3 teams for sure that we
I
agreed on.
I know, but I didn't know we were doing draft style. I thought we were just going to share our collaborative.
No, we're doing
core.
So we
I know,
got
I'm cool
Duke,
with-
Michigan
I'm
State. Who you
cool
guys
with
got? You guys got St. John's and Auburn.
Yep.
So,
So I think we're gonna go off the rails, right?
we could. We have a number 1 number 1 seed. We could get another number 1 seed and throw it into Florida in that one.
Yeah, you want? That's fine. We can do that.
Yeah. Give me Florida.
Fuck. I want the next one. I want Houston.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that.
Now
I'm
we
okay
can go
with
off the rails.
Now we can go off the rails.
Yep.
You want to go west or east?
Depends who's the West team you want.
Gales.
Ooh.
Oh, you're going like crazy on us right now.
Or do you
That's real
East,
crazy.
East? Are you thinking VCU for East?
Yeah.
Mm.
Keep it at home. So we have to go to Maryland to bet on them.
I just use a VPN. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll let you decide, bro. I'm happy with either.
Yeah. Let's go VCU.
ECU. Okay.
A little wild card.
It
I like
is.
that.
So if we want to go wild card, you want to go safe.
I mean,
Safe.
I mean, I wouldn't say
Yeah,
ours is as
yeah.
wild as that. But
no, the other
Trent, let
one
me
that
ask
we
you
had-
something. Do you want to get
Yeah.
rich?
Me?
I will say I'll put a team out there. It's not too risky. It's not too crazy, but I still think it would make you. Odds would have to be pretty good. Is Clemson,
No.
Mr. Two ACC teams in the Final Four tie?
Dude, no. No.
Who are
So-
you thinking?
So Trey had Wisconsin.
Yes, I think Wisconsin.
All right.
I don't.
Sorry, guys. We're not going to be as interesting as you. Sorry.
Hold on. I don't know if I like Wisconsin though. I kind of like
That's
Texas
too
Tech, to
big.
be perfectly honest with you.
That's 2 Big Ten teams.
Stupid. That's so
Jesus.
stupid.
I like.
guys.
Hey, I like.
Let's
Texas
be
Tech.
consistent. Like be consistent. I'd say Tennessee or Wisconsin.
I hate
All right,
Tennessee.
okay, but what I hate Tennessee too. Not picking them. What about Arizona?
No, I do not like Arizona at all. I like Wisconsin.
All right,
Now
Wisconsin.
remember, I'll help you out. I'll be in a discussion, man. I'll help you guys out. Man, think about it. Guard play. You got
I got Wisconsin.
Caleb. You got Mr. Love sitting there. If he goes
Wisconsin.
off,
No, he doesn't go off. He doesn't go off. He only makes half court buzzer beaters.
He's done it once before, but that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, he did it before.
I like,
Wisconsin. It's
I
Wisconsin.
like
Hey,
Tanja.
do you hate New Mexico?
Tanja is the bet. He's one of the better players in the tournament. It's Tanja.
Tyler, who do you like besides Wisconsin?
I've named a couple teams. So I like Texas Tech. I like
I do.
Arizona. And I'd even be, if we want to go a little crazy, like they did with VCU, then we could even go New Mexico. Then you can go Patino against Patino.
No, I'd like Creighton. I like Creighton over New Mexico.
I don't hate Creighton either.
Yeah, Creighton Ashworth, he's good.
Ashworth and Kolkbrenner is a fucking stud.
They're gonna play a
Creighton-
one. They're gonna play a one
Creighton-
seed in the second round.
But okay, here's something else to consider. When it comes to the tournament, there's a rule. There's a rule that you go when you're making your brackets. You always fade Big Ten. So you already have one Big Ten team, right?
You don't always fade the Big Ten.
I mean,
I personally hate Wisconsin, to be honest with you. I
I
don't
don't.
like that
Who-
pick at all.
Okay.
I love Tanja.
he is good. Sure, he is good.
I think he's a
I-
stud. I think
You're
he's
high.
a
You're high on the right player. You're high on the right.
Yeah.
player.
Hey, then I pick. Then let's go Creighton.
Yeah, I love Kalkbrenner. I love Ashworth. They got to
All
go.
right. Fuck it. I like Big Kalkbrenner too. Or sorry, it's Trey
Yeah,
Brown,
you
sorry.
probably do like Big Kalk. Joe's a
That's true.
big fan of Big Kalk.
Look, he's trying to jump
Yeah.
on that pretty quick.
He's saying it so fast.
It's not me. It's not me.
Because he
It's
knows
Trent.
Because he knows I was about to say Trey loves big coffee.
Trey
No,
said,
fuck
"Got
that.
him,
Trent loves Big Kalk. Fuck that.
got him."
God damn it. That's why I said it so fast.
It just makes sure
Trey,
when you reach
Trey, you're
the
the youngest,
245
right?
mark.
I know. That's fucked up, man. It's like
Trey, you're the
because
youngest,
I'm the
right?
youngest. I get
Yeah,
it.
bro.
Yeah,
You're gonna get heat, bro. You're gonna. I'm not the youngest brother, but I my younger brother, man. Yeah, you got. It's just it's in our DNA, man. We just
It's fucked up.
we gotta.
Well,
we make you
usually-
guys listen. We make younger brothers better people.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
this is what
Oh,
Trent
yeah.
loves Big Kalk.
Usually, guys, for every college pick on like weekends and stuff, Trey's always taking Longwood. So-
Hey
all the
man,
time.
I always like betting on Moorhead because Moorhead's
Yeah.
better than Less Head.
Mm.
So
yeah. This is bad. Oh man, it's bad. But all right, so Tyler, just summarize those final fours for
All right.
The
so
bearded-
final
bearded
four picks
juice.
here. We got Beard Juice final four picks. We got Bearded Baker with Duke, Michigan State, Houston, Creighton. We got College Juice with St. John's, Auburn, Florida, VCU.
Love it.
Here's and you know what's kind of cool though is like looking at those 8 teams. I'd say about 6 of them were teams that I was like considering. You know what I mean?
What about Bama?
listen, like they're fun to watch, but
yeah.
defensive wise, like that's such a huge liability for them, man. If they line up against even a Wisconsin, they line up against a Wisconsin or St. John's or Auburn or Duke or Houston, I don't see Alabama beating those teams.
Yeah.
It like I said, they're fun to watch, but
I like it. That's why I fucking love March Madness. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, is there anything that is like more up in the air in terms of like who's gonna win this? Like,
I'm telling you guys though, the only thing I hate is like once it's here and then I'm like desperately just trying to hold on to it.
yeah,
Like please don't go, because I know then we're stuck with months of just baseball, and I love baseball, don't get me wrong, but it's like please don't go. Like this is too
I'm already getting depressed. So that's
yeah.
fine.
yeah. It's like
Kevin was like, man, all we have are 85 games on Saturday.
That's
Steve.
it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
This is 85. I'm so used to 146.
I'm born for
Yeah.
this, man. 85, bro. I might make 85 bets on Saturday. just
Yeah.
'cause.
Why not? Why not?
Hey,
Oh.
hey, if you guys are in the area, March 21st, we're all off. We're doing live stuff, podcasting stuff, and watching the games all day on
Oh.
Friday.
I took
So-
off Thursday or Friday. I already
Yes.
put that
All right.
in. That's
Hey,
it.
if you want to make the trip up north here, dude, I got theater room. We'll have all the TVs going.
Tyler,
We'll have
show him.
food.
Show him. Show him.
I don't
You
know
can show
if I
them
can do
after.
that.
Yeah.
You can't. Okay. All right.
You can show us off air, man. I don't want you to put your whole
Yeah.
your whole.
That's
Oh,
It's
There.
happening.
Well, all right.
There you go.
all right, all right.
All right.
He's got theater.
So
It's a
yeah,
theater.
I usually link up with Kev. We go to Kev. Kev has nice little basement set up, three
There you go.
TVs set up, sitting there chilling,
That's the way you got to do
doing
it,
our
man.
thing. So
We'll
I don't know if
So,
he's
hey,
taking
we'll
off.
FaceTime.
Hey, the other thing we're gonna do too is we're gonna do a beer bracket. We always do a beer bracket too.
Mhm.
So throughout like the whole Friday, we each bring in so many beers, and then we like challenge them like in little glasses and stuff. We do like a whole beer bracket. So
I mean,
You know.
drinking and watching sports, man. I'm not going to complain, man.
Nothing better.
drinking, watching sports,
That sounds
eating
like
pizza.
heaven, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Good day.
If I get through the pearly gates, I hope that's what's waiting for me.
beer, basketball, and pizza.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate you guys, everybody. Great collab episode, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, enjoyed it. Lots of fun, man.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
We'll do it up.
Fantastic.
We'll do it up. We'll do it again for sure.
And we'll make sure to have this posted up, man. Happy to work
Heck
it.
yeah.
Beer juice, man.
Beer
juice.
juice. There you go. Yep.
All right. Have a good weekend. Enjoy these last couple of days before we get into conference tournaments.
Hey, take it easy, fellas. Thank you guys for joining us. Pleasure having you.
Yeah, man.